First, it was the reflecting pool. Now, vandals have allegedly hit another target in D.C.
President Trump says vandals are to blame for large areas of dead grass on the National Mall near the World War II Memorial. It's the same spot where he had a stage built and hosted crowds for his July celebration. Trump made the accusation in a social media post Sunday evening, but he didn't say why he believes it's the work of vandals rather than trampled turf from Independence Day festivities. Trump has repeatedly blamed vandals for damage to his renovation projects in Washington. Mike Hemp in Washington.
Tropical storm Lala raked Hawaii with high winds and rain without ever making landfall. No deaths reported, but in Indiana, record flooding is blamed for at least 7 deaths. President Trump has ordered a scaling back of the traditional joint U.S.-South Korea military drills.
Seoul considers the joint exercise core to its alliance with the U.S. They have been held nearly every year since the Korean War. Mr. Trump broke from tradition when he suspended the drill after his first meeting with Kim Jong-un in 2018, and they didn't resume until 2022. In a post on social media last night, Mr. Trump repeated his view that the exercises are costly for the U.S. and provoke North Korea. He's known to be frustrated with South Korea for not assisting in the war in Iran and said North Korea had been unthreatening and respectful.
That's the BBC's Jay Kwan in Seoul. Ukraine's state energy company says Russia has attacked its facilities 13 times over the past week, with nearly 300 attacks this year. Ukrainian officials accusing Russia of weaponizing winter by targeting the power grid to weaken civilian morale. Wall Street Dow futures up 191 points, make that 191 points lower for the Dow. Townhall.com.
The following is a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
When I was feeling the stress of too much credit card debt, I looked at 2 different options, debt settlement and debt management. They may sound the same, but guess what? They're not. Debt settlement seemed like a quick fix, but I found out it would destroy my credit, create tax headaches, and hit me with huge fees. They actually told me to stop paying my bills. No way, not me. Then I turned to a debt management plan developed by the team at Trinity. They worked with my creditors, lowered my payments, reduced my interest, saved me thousands, and paid off my debt. And Trinity is a Christian company, which is important to me.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
My name is Heather. Please forget debt settlement and remember Trinity Debt Management.
1-800-990-6976.
There's been a deadly stampede at a Hindu temple in India.
According to preliminary reports, an electric wire snapped outside the temple premises early in the morning, sparking panic as devotees rushed to escape what they feared was a risk of electrocution. A section of the barricades collapsed under the weight of the surging crowd, leading to a crush in which people fell over one another, according to Shailendra Kumar, a civil official. The incident occurred near Ashok Dham Temple in Lakhisarai district as thousands of devotees gathered to offer prayers on the 3rd Monday of Shravan, one of the holiest months in the Hindu calendar. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Thousands of Indonesians are awaiting aid after a powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake killed at least 55 people, injured more than 130, and damaged more than 1,300 homes. The disaster overshadowing today's 81st Independence Day celebration. Townhall.com. The White House is accusing some countries, and one in particular, of sending its exports through third nations in order to get around American tariffs.
The report says China has responded to 2018 tariffs by sending goods to other countries for packaging and assembly. White House trade advisor Peter Navarro says China launders exports through more than 40 countries, causing tax revenue losses of $19 to $26 billion each year. China's leader Xi Jinping is scheduled to visit Washington in September. Bob Agnew report.
Of the thousands of lawsuits that Meta faces over child safety on its platforms, none may be more consequential than one that goes to trial this week in California. States are seeking extensive financial damage that could, in theory, total as much as $1.4 trillion. They also want changes in how the company operates Facebook and Instagram. More on these stories, townhall.com.
in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio. Yeah!
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to it. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Of course, it is our first football week of the season as high school football action will be back on the fields Friday night. Goddard and Roswell. Of course, we will have, how we're doing it this year is we're going to have, of course, both Roswell and Goddard. You can watch the games, live streaming video, ksvptv.com. We will have the home team on the radio each week right here on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. So whoever's at home, like I believe it's Roswell High this week, I believe so. And so we'll have them, and then we'll have the home team. Another thing we're going to be doing is on Friday morning shows here. Most of the time in the 7 o'clock, but sometimes depending on the schedule, we might have to do it in the 8. We're also going to play pre-games for both the coaches' shows for both of the Goddard and Roswell High matchups each weekend. So we'll have those for you here on Friday morning. So in case, because some people sometimes they tune into the game, but they don't tune in until kickoff, and they're like, "Oh, I missed all the coaches' show." So we'll give you an opportunity to check it out on the radio here on Fridays too. So that'll all start up this Friday here with football action. So we're excited. It's going to be a busy week here as we got a lot to do. Got to get things ready, especially for game one, you know. And then once you get the games in, then you kind of got your things set up. But you're kind of establishing things week one, and they got new people and new things. And, yeah, so it's going to be a busy week for us, but we'll be ready Friday night. So I was kind of surprised coming into work this morning, and I guess it kind of broke last night, but I didn't see anything on it, you know, last night. But I kind of woke up this morning, I'm getting on Twitters and Facebooks and what have you looking, and first thing I'm seeing is actress Hayden Panettiere died at the age of I think 36, and of course I hadn't heard that name in a minute. And for folks that don't know, she was kind of in the early 2000s was her heyday. If you remember that show Heroes, that was kind of big for a season or two. She was the cheerleader, save the world. But she was in several other movies and things during that time, and got kind of famous. But then she kind of dropped off, and I really didn't know much about her. But apparently there's a whole lot going on there, and I don't know. Now they haven't really said why she died. I mean, she's 36, so natural causes is probably not one of them. So, but once I was online this morning and seeing story, and apparently she was like sex trafficked and all kinds of abuse things have gone on. And now I'm thinking, okay, now I'm starting to see the picture here. She, I think she might have had some drug and alcohol, but it sounds like that she was abused in, Hollywood. And she was a childhood actor. Like I forgot, but I was seeing in comments. And if you remember the movie Remember the Titans, the football movie, she was the daughter. Remember the mouthy but cute daughter that was in the movie? That was her before the Save the World and Heroes and all the other things she got. So she's always been in Hollywood. But yeah, I just kind of never thought much of her. And then I get online and she died, and then I'm seeing the stories, and she was talking a story about how she was like basically sex trafficked to very famous celebrities and all kinds of. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But anyway, I'm sure more will come out as the day progresses here. But yeah, it was kind of crazy on that one, and I just. It's one of those things, I didn't even think much of it, and like 20 years later, however long it's been, I'm like, well, yeah, what happened to her? And it's like, oh man, this is not the story I thought was going to happen here, but crazy. So anyway, that was, but you'll see more online here today. Of course, NFL preseason kind of got, they had the Hall of Fame game a week ago, but like the real preseason got underway this weekend. So I did watch my, I still have trouble saying Commanders. I watched my football team Washington on Friday, and that was fun. They played Miami, and Miami had their starters in, and the first series, and Washington, I think, may have had one or two of their starters, but mostly it was their second stringers, and Miami moved the ball after that. But after that drive, it was pretty much all Washington. So, but Washington didn't play any of their like main dudes, and they were. I could tell, and it's preseason, and this is what I'm going to tell you, folks. Like the Cowboys won, they beat Seattle on Saturday night. Awesome, good job, yay! Please understand, please understand. What they do in preseason matters not what they do. And the Indianapolis Colts, when Peyton Manning was winning the Super Bowl and going to the playoffs and being in the Super Bowl every year with those guys, on average, they went like 0-4 in the preseason. They never won preseason games. And this is what, and to be honest, good teams, preseasons like to learn things. And so it's very situational stuff, and so they will do things in preseason that they wouldn't do in regular season because they just want to see somebody in a situation. Also, the playbook is vanilla on both the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side because they're taping 24/7, and the offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators are not going to put their best stuff on film during a preseason. They're just putting in generic packages, not very exotic blitz schemes or run packages, or they're doing so you're not really seeing your team in action, or even all you're seeing is players doing developing the fundamentals of football and seeing if these guys can execute it. And that's what preseason's about. So scores, throw them out the window. It really, really doesn't matter. Once in a while, yes, coaches are playing to win and all that, but they'll literally kick a field goal when they normally would go for it, or they would punt when they normally would, just because they want to put people in a scenario. Like for instance, in the Washington game, there was a series where normally, I think it was 4th and 1 on the 40 something. Normally Washington goes for it on a simple, but they're in a kicker battle. They got two kickers they want to figure. So they said, no, we're going to try a field goal. And that's preseason football. So that's what I'm telling you. Take no stock in the scores. Congratulations, Cowboys fans, Commanders fans. We won this weekend. It don't mean diddly squat. I remember back in the day when Steve Spurrier, if y'all remember him, the old ball coach from Florida, he got hired by Dan Snyder, of course, to coach the Washington Redskins, because old ball coach was the name and shiny at the time, and Dan Snyder loved shiny names to put on his shelf. And so he hired the old ball coach to come to the NFL, and of course that did not go well. He got his butt handed to him. But that first preseason, boy howdy, Steve Spurrier looked like he was the next offensive genius. He was running up the score. I think we scored 50-some points. I think, matter of factly, we were in the Hall of Fame game that year because that was the year Art Monk and Darryl Green got in. And so the Redskins were playing, I don't even remember who, in the Hall of Fame game that year. So we got an extra preseason game. And Steve Spurrier used this to showcase that I'm a ball coach, and we scored like 50-some points. I'm like, wow, this team might be good. I think we won 3 games all year. It was a horror show. But anyway, preseason football. Fun, don't mean nothing. We got a full slate for you for today. Let me get going. Matter of fact, Matt Bristol's been patiently listening to my don't take stock into your preseason football speech. But Matt Bristol with Bristol Law will join us here in just a bit. Of course, he's fresh off from a trip, so we'll talk a little bit about that. But as he always does when he's here, he talks good legal advice when it comes to your home, your business, family, things like that. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Captain Mike Evans with the Salvation Army joined us on Friday, talking about some of the things they got going on. Of course, this was one of their, normally they join us on the Friday before their breakfast Saturdays. They do the second Saturday of every month, they do their breakfast. But because the month of August, there was the second Saturday happened than the first Friday. But anyway, they didn't line up. So, but we talked about some of the other events. They've got a car show coming up this weekend, I believe, and some other events as well. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview we had on Wednesday with Roswell Independent School District Superintendent Brian Luck, giving us an update on their last meeting and other things happening as they start the school year here. It is 7:16. Let's get you up to date on the weather. I wish I had good news there. It's all orange and all hot and no talk of rain.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure staying put over eastern New Mexico, and that'll keep things sunny for us today. We're headed for the upper 90s. Overnight looks clear. Upper 60s will stay at about the 100-degree mark on Tuesday. Not too windy, and we should get sunshine. No big changes for Wednesday and Thursday with high pressure staying put, sunshine, and highs about 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 71 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 61%. Winds currently out of the north at 6 miles per hour. Sunny hot. You're going to hear that a lot because that's what we got. That was not poetic on purpose, but it all kind of worked out. That sunny hot, what we got? You can write that down. If it ends up on a Hallmark card, I want credit. But a high of 97 today. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight with an overnight low of 70. South winds 5 to 10. Sunny, hot, 99 for a high tomorrow. South winds 5 to 10. Wednesday, sunny, hot, high of 102. Thursday, sunny, hot, high of 101. Friday, sunny, hot, high of 100. I could keep going. Saturday 101 on Sunday. So that's what you're looking at. No talk of rain. That's bad. But you never know how it works around here. All of a sudden that one just peeks in. But as of right now, sunny, hot, dry, just orange. That's all I'm seeing in the pictures on the weather. All right, 7:18. We're gonna take about a 2, and then actually, it's about 4 minutes because we have the Smiley's livestock report for you. So we're going to take a quick 4-minute break, and then on the other side, Matt Bristol from Bristol Law will join us, and we'll be back. Don't go away.
Hey, Brady Sosa here with Richland Motors. Our end of summer truck deals are here. Get 1.9% for 60 months on GMC Sierra 1500s or 0% interest for 60 months on Chevy Silverado 1500s. Or take advantage of over $10,000 off on select Chevy Silverado 1500s. Are you looking to lower your payment? Ask us how you can lease a new Chevy Silverado 1500 for under $600 a month. So run, don't walk to Richland Motors on the corner of 2nd and Sycamore. We're right on the corner, right on the price.
On approved credit, lease eligibility may vary. Expires August 31st. See dealer for details. Looking for a hands-on career with strong job demand and long-term growth? The HVAC R Technology program at ENMU Roswell is the perfect place to start. Learn installation, maintenance, repair, and system diagnostics, all from a team nationally accredited through HVAC excellence. From electrical controls to blueprint interpretations, this program equips you with real-world skills employers are looking for. Call 575-624-7337 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu to learn more. ENMU ENMU Roswell. Success starts here.
At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flantas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
Summer fun is almost done, but the savings roll on during the Roswell Honda Summer Event. Now through the end of the month, score an unbelievable rate on your next ride, like 5.49% for up to 60 months on 2026 Civic Hatchback, 3.99% for up to 60 on 26 HRV and Accord Hybrid, 2.49% for up to 36 months on 26 CRV and CRV Hybrid, and an unbelievable 1.99% for up to 36 months on 2026 Ridgeline. The Summer Event on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Good morning. This is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A good August run this week with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, light yearlings, young cow-calf pairs. We expect to sell 700 head, breaking down like this: 75 to 100 weigh cows and bulls, 75 to 100 pairs bred cows, 450 500 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 35 cow-calf pairs, 90%, mostly excellent black white-faced Angus cows with high-quality Angus calves at side. Pairs 2 to 7 years old, 44 calves, the Spiel family. Tierra Amarillo, New Mexico, excellent-quality black Angus calves. Cattle Master Gold, Covex 8, 275, 400 pounds. 16 yearlings, David Montoya at Albuquerque, excellent quality black white-faced Angus crossbred light yearlings, medium condition, 650, 800 pounds. 33 calves, Cloud Livestock, San Antonio, New Mexico. Excellent quality black white-faced Angus cross calves. Cattle are weaned, Virus Shield 6/8 weigh, medium condition, 350, 475 pounds. 22 calves, Mr. Tim Hogue, Brownfield, Texas. Excellent quality red white-faced Angus crossbred calves. Shots at Brandon, 350, 475. 14 steer calves, Miss Cynthia Clonch at Magdalena. Excellent quality black Angus and Brangus cross calves, Virus Shield 6/8 weigh, medium condition, 450, 550 pounds. 27 calves, Mr. Rudy Marcus at Encino. Excellent quality black Angus calves, shots at Brandon, 250, 375 pounds. Sale time this morning be 9 a.m. Sell pairs bred cows 9:30. Be selling calves and yearlings about 10 a.m. Very light on weigh cows and bulls. Be on pairs, breds, calves, and yearlings pretty quick. We expect to sell 700 head today. This is Smiley Wooten.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 7 o'clock. It slipped just as I said it. And joining us in studio this morning from Bristol Law Office, Matt Bristol back with us. Good morning, Matt.
Morning, Mike. How you doing?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good. I was kind of looking through my notes here, and it looks like August 11th was your and Kim's wedding anniversary.
It was, yeah. We celebrated our 25th.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We did, we kind of went on our cruise earlier in the summer, and that was kind of our big gift. So literally, we went out to dinner, and we were going to go to Pasta Cafe, but it was Tuesday, and they're now closed on Tuesdays.
Oh,
so we ended up going across the street to Cattle Barrett and had dinner there. But then this weekend, on Friday, we went to Pasta Cafe and had our dinner. So we got 2 dinners out of it. That was our
that's awesome.
2 anniversry dinners.
Well, congratulations on 25 years.
Thank you. We don't need your services yet. For
family law, that's a good thing, yeah. And then, Sean's birthday was August 7th, so shout out to Sean.
Yeah. They went, did a trip to Santa Fe, and they went to Meow Wolf. And they have a kind of a special little I don't know if secret show's the right thing, but an exhibit going on there, and you go right now, and they've got like a special show. They got famous, and each of the Meow Wolves throughout the country have a different themed one, and of course, Santa Fe has a lot with the mariachi and Hispanic flavor on that one. But it's like a special show. They kind of, as you leave, and then they pull you out, and there's like this whole mariachi show going on and everything else. And,
wow!
But anyway, yeah, he did all that. So
good.
So. Good. Of course, you spent a little time out of country since we last spoke too.
Yeah, I was out a week or so ago in Argentina. The weather was anywhere from 45 to 57 degrees. It was nice.
Yes, when you flip to the southern equator, to the southern half of the southern hemisphere, I should say, your weather flips. So their summer months are our winter months are their summer months, and vice versa. So.
Yes, the equivalent of their February here.
Yes, exactly.
So it was winter. It was really raining before we got there. They said that's unusual. Winter's usually dry, and spring's usually the wet time of the year. But funny thing that happened when I was there a year ago.
Yeah.
And we were hunting and dark, and we're traveling in the truck back to the hacienda. And so the guy I'm with, he says, he's looking out the window. And he asks our guide, he says, Denton, is that the Big Dipper up there? And I'm like, Steve, there's no Big Dipper in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, it's a different pattern.
Yeah. And then Denton, the guide, says, well, what about the moon? And I'm like, is that a trick question? He goes, no. He said people try to convince him there's a separate moon in the southern hemisphere. I'm like, you're kidding me. The Earth only has one moon.
Right.
Hello.
We're not some of the other planets, or Jupiter that has like 9 moons or whatever. We got one.
Well, I was flabbergasted people thought that.
Well, there are people that think the Earth's flat.
Well, you know why the Earth's not flat? Because if it was, the cats would have knocked everything off.
That's true. Exactly. But there's people out there.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting.
But overall good trip?
Overall good trip, yeah. The flights were all good. They take good care of us. There's hot meals. They do your laundry. There's appetizers. There's the first course. There's the second course. There's the dessert. I mean, more food than we could ever eat.
I was gonna say, you that's the thing about trips. It's you almost like eating is a job. Every vacation or trip I go like that, it's like, is it time to eat already? I felt like I just ate. Everything's around food.
Well, we were out in the bush one day, and we have, quote, bird boys. And they bring the shells, and they bring the water and stuff, and they load the shotgun for you. And he taps me on the shoulder, and he points over on the distance. He says, El Zorro. Well, Zorro means fox.
Okay.
Well, it was this huge brown fox. I mean, it was freaking huge.
Yeah.
But it's really, really cool.
Huh.
So after the hunt, we're, just chilling and talking and stuff. And our host, is very good in English. And he says, yeah, if you come out here at night with a spotlight, you can see all their eyes as they're looking for the downed bird.
Oh, wow.
And so I said, well, so what color do their eyes reflect? He says they reflect green.
Interesting. That's a little unnerving.
Yeah, wouldn't that be weird?
Yeah. I think if I'm in the middle of the night and I see a bunch of green eyes, I'm peeing a little. Just saying.
Yes, God's trying to get back in the truck.
That's right. Our safari's done. Well, is it time to eat? We gotta go.
Yeah, that'd be really spooky, I think.
Yeah. But of course, but sounds like a good time. And any good hunts and everything?
Yeah, it's just bird dove hunting. They have a waterfowl there.
Gotcha.
They have a chucker-like bird. I think it's a ptarmigan. I'm not sure.
Okay.
This outfit does have some big game hunting in the area. And then they were the same people I hunted in Patagonia for red stag.
Oh, very good.
Same outfitter, yeah.
Good deal. How's of course with those they probably have like gourmet meals and things set up, or you know what I mean. So yeah. But I was like, I don't know if you get to eat what you especially game, because a lot of times you got the trophy hunt and stuff. But if it's like birds and stuff, I'm like, do we get to eat some of it? Or
well, Argentina's known for its beef, and so we had beef and
steak.
pork.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Yeah, the steak was like 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick.
Nice.
And they make Malbec wine, so we had that with every lunch and dinner. And of course, my friend and I, like we're old farts, so we pace ourselves with the wine.
Yeah. The young ones, what's the story about the bull? Never mind.
Yeah.
Ask your grandparents about that.
So it was, we thought we'd be hunting with another group of folks, but it turned out there were just the two of us. And
okay.
We've been best buddies since 1971.
Well, that probably made it a fun trip then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good deal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, excellent. Then I guess they probably already planned the next trip. All right, we'll do this again at location B next time.
Well, in December, we'll go back to South Dakota. We've been going there pheasant hunting.
Okay.
In December. And hadn't talked about wanting to go back to Argentina. But I sure like that temperature.
I was say.
That was really nice because their summers can get hot.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, definitely. It's... but I'm just thinking, I'm like, well, so you go to Argentina in the winter and then South Dakota in the winter. You must like winter. You're going off peak hours. I can save money. Yeah.
Yeah, South Dakota gets pretty chilly, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's my top 5 places I want to be in December.
Well, I asked my buddy about that because we could go as early as September.
Uh-huh.
And I'm asking him, okay, what's the story on that? And he's a retired judge in Texas, but he has a mediation practice.
Right.
And the fall is just his busy time of the year.
You're just too busy to,
Yeah, and doesn't slow down until December, so we go in December.
There you go. Well, but the ice fishing's good around that time of year, too.
Don't see too many waterfowl because the lakes are frozen over.
I would like to try. Like when they go up to the Great Lakes and whatever, and they literally build those little cabins like on the lake and go ice fishing and that would sound fun to me. Like if you get to like you and your buddies like live in the cabin for the weekend and ice fish, that kind of sounds fun.
I've never tried that.
Yeah,
but I imagine you got to build that cabin to where it's insulated well.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, of course. I think there's probably like a whole kind of business, kind of like.
Oh, I'm sure.
Kind of like the safari business where they literally build these like yurt cabins out on the frozen lake there or whatever, and then they rent them out for the season, I guess, or whatever. So.
Well, I wonder what they would use to hunt it because they can't. Heat it.
Yeah,
because they can't use like white gas. That's CO2.
Yeah, I don't know. They do have heaters in them, no stoves and whatnot.
Maybe they're electric.
Maybe. I don't know.
Battery.
It sounds fun. Like that. My wife would never be down for it, but I'd like to try that.
It'd pretty much like South Dakota, be freezing your tush off.
Yeah. But you're probably actually pretty warm. I've slept in igloos and things like that, and they're surprisingly warm. And I imagine it's probably kind of in that deal. So.
Well, I think you get used to it in South Dakota. If there's no wind, and it's 28, 25 degrees, it's fine.
Probably nice. Yeah.
When the wind comes up, that it gets.
Yeah, the storms and whatever. Yeah, now you sit your butt in the middle of an open lake in a little cabin, freezing your patooties off.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is fun. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
But I also watch that show live and like, I could do this. I could totally do this. I'm probably the first guy off the show, probably.
Well, you need to get up there and go ice fishing sometime.
Yeah, I think I'd like to do that. I'm going to make that a bucket list thing. Go ice fishing. Go spend a couple days ice fishing.
Surely there's guided fishing stuff.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, I would think someone could make sure I don't fall in the lake and keep me from drowning.
Well, there's that one story, though, where these guys were doing that. And they, one of those hold my beer moments. And so somebody got this clever idea of throwing a stick of dynamite out on the lake and watching it skid across the ice to see if it'd blow a hole in the lake. And as soon as they heave out that stick of dynamite, the Labrador goes hauling ass after it. Gets the stick of dynamite, comes around, and everybody's yelling and yelling. And of course, now the dog feels bad because he's been fussed at, so he hides under the Suburban.
Oh, no.
And everybody scatters, and kaboom.
Oh, man.
Lost the dog, lost the Suburban. Jeez, these rednecks. I don't know.
Not to mention, I'm not a physics major, but I don't think dynamite works that way. When you throw it, it's going to blow. It's going to...
It seems to me the energy would all go up.
Yeah.
But once it's underneath the Suburban, that's going to direct the energy down.
Yeah, now that's a problem. But him just throwing a stick of dynamite on the ice thinking it'll put a hole in it, I don't think that's going to kind of do what he's achieving there.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Now, if there's already a hole there that goes in, it's going to make it bigger, but it'll probably kind of... Anyway.
I don't know how you explain that to insurance.
Right. Science, man.
I don't think that's covered at all.
Sir, based by your singed beard, I'm pretty sure you don't know about science either.
Let me under the D for dumbass clause.
That's right. Speaking of, that's kind of what Matt does, is keep you out of those situations, keeping you from being that guy. But, so that's kind of our conversations each month, is talking about, anything from family stuff like, your wills and making sure, your financial stuff, what happens if you're not here tomorrow, kind of things, preparing for that kind of stuff for your family, but also businesses too, setting up small business, how you should do that, what types of ways to do that, what's the right way for you. That's kind of our conversations each month, and mostly from the legal perspective. Small business, most people are like, I know how to make Pop-Tarts or whatever, popovers, but it's like, yeah, do you know how to market popovers? You know how to pay the bills? You know how to hire people to get Pop-Tarts to thing?
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so I was looking at our schedule, and so on the schedule for this month is second marriages. So, let's say, of course, husband and wife, and so we'll usually imaginary name Sean, and of course he's named his lovely spouse as beneficiary of his 401k.
All
right. Stuff hits the fan.
Yeah.
And Sean and his wife divorced, but he never changes the beneficiary on the 401k.
Yeah.
And there's a state law that says, well, if you got divorced, you're probably not getting along.
Right.
So if you name anybody as beneficiary, we're just going to discount that from now on.
Gotcha.
Let's just not going to cut it. And Sean passes. So who gets the 401k?
Well, according to the paperwork, they never got, I would think, the original.
Well, you're correct. Because there's a federal law called ERISA.
Yeah.
And it addresses retirement accounts.
Yeah.
And because federal law doesn't say the first spouse goes off after a divorce, the state law that says the first spouse goes off doesn't count. It's preempted by federal law.
Yeah, federal always trumps state law every time.
It does. Preempts. So think about that, boys and girls. If you've been divorced and you haven't changed the beneficiary on your life insurance or 401k, then the ex is still going to get that.
Yeah. So get it done as soon as humanly possible, particularly if you got a grudge, because then you're going to be really mad if you, in eternity still got it. Dang it.
Yeah. So even though you may not, after the divorce, last thing you want to think about is estate planning.
Sure.
It's time to get that stuff done.
But and this is really why divorce is such a messy thing, especially when kids are involved, and then you remarry, and it's all well and good if all parties are happy, but how often does that usually happen when you have kids from a first marriage, and then you go on to another marriage, and then God forbid you have kids again, and then there's these kids, and then that's a lot of pie slicing, and it can be a real problem for folks.
It can be, and you have to think about that in a second marriage.
Yeah,
is what are you going to do with your estate, and that could be all ages. So it could be a second marriage in your 30s, and you're having a second family. It could be you're in your 70s and you're having a second marriage.
Yeah, and
even though the kids are a whole lot older, still it's who's going to get what piece of the pie.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's now, and I'm telling you right now, 99% of the time, there's usually some kind of rift between the one generation or one side and the other, and when it comes to money, especially if the exes don't like each other.
Which is typical.
Which is pretty common. That's generally and so you gotta put this down in paperwork, and especially for really, if nothing else, for the sanity of your own kids. I mean, if your exes or whatever's are not getting along, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, I'm sure you want the best for all of your kids. The first wife's kids and the one or the first spouse kids and the second spouse kids. You want that equal, I would hope, for them. So
and then if the second marriage, the second spouse is bringing in their kids, you need to sit down and really talk about things with the new spouse, maybe a financial advisor, how to work all that kind of stuff up. But you still need to redo the will because you need to name a guardian for the children. You need to redo your powers of attorney, all that kind of stuff, your advanced healthcare directive.
Anytime there is a major change in your life, personnel-wise or even financially, you need to address these situations. Anytime you add someone to your family, you got to look at this stuff. Anytime you subtract someone from the family, you got to look at this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you have a major change in income or an asset, you buy a second house, this is stuff you have to think about and factor in. How do we navigate that? What do we want to do with that kind of stuff? And just plan ahead and keep, if I'm not saying you have to update your will every year and all that kind of thing, but anytime there's a significant, you get grandkids. Wow, I want to incorporate the grandkids now. How do you do that? This is what we're talking about. You can't just build your will and then forget it till you die and then hope everything's good to go. Doesn't work that way. No. It's a fluid document that will ultimately amend as your life amends.
Yes, and that's a good point.
Yeah.
So if you've been divorced, get into that. If you've had new children, you need to look at your documents and see if they meet the current needs. So I had a case where husband and wife, they married in their 70s. But the husband's adult children were so worried. New wife was going to take their mommy's stuff, their mommy's silver, and all that kind of stuff.
Our inheritance that we have earned by birth.
So the second wife is talking to me about stuff, and politics, and I said, well, what I would do is I just start giving that stuff away to those kids. Christmas and birthdays, just start giving them all their mother's stuff.
Yeah.
And that way you don't have to look at it. You can refurnish the house the way you want.
Very good.
And now they can't complain about you stealing mommy's stuff because you already gave it to them.
And if you truly don't want it anyway, then get rid of it and, out of sight, out of mind.
Because there are some people that are kind of ugly, and even if second wife wouldn't cause any problems, we don't know about her children causing problems.
Well, and I just know, because over the years and family, there's certain, especially things when it comes to like silverware and heirloom type things, there's always stories behind things and this and and I'm going to say this, 9 times out of 10 people think there's something that's some heirloom that's going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars because of the stories and everything you tell, and then they get it and it's like, oh, it's made, and they get, oh yeah, I'll give you $19.95 for it. This is what.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of family heirlooms aren't so heirloomy.
or what about Dad's quote coin collection?
Yeah.
Well, he just threw stuff in the the bag. You know? There's no collection.
Dad's world collection when he was a veteran, the stuff he brought back from Germany. I'm like, it depends on stuff. I mean, I got stuff too in my bag over there. It ain't worth no money.
So let's say single woman owns house. So she's single. It's her sole and separate property. She marries, second marriage. Everything's hunky-dory fine. And then after a few years, she passes away with no will. Who gets the house?
I guess it depends on where you live, right?
Well, in New Mexico.
In New Mexico.
We're in New Mexico.
Well, because we're a community, property state.
Yeah.
So whoever the spouse on record gets half, right?
Except it's not community property. She owned it pre-marriage.
Oh, okay.
It's someone separate.
I don't know.
So, but community property does go to the surviving spouse.
Right.
So on separate property is divided 1/4, 3/4 between the surviving spouse and children.
Okay.
So if the wife wanted her second husband to have 1/4 the house, great, because that's what the law says.
Gotcha.
But if she didn't want him to have 1/4 the house, then too bad, he gets it anyway.
Gotcha. Well, how does that work if, like, say, could he surrender his fourth to the kids or whatever it is? Is that perfectly legal, or is that like, no, she wanted this way? I mean, I didn't know.
No, you can always disclaim an inheritance.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You'd be like, no, just give it to the kids. Just equally divide my part to the rest of the kids or whatever.
Yeah. So he can say, I don't want it.
Got it.
And that does happen. It's rare, but it does happen for different reasons.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to think about that stuff. Is now you've created an issue between your children and the second spouse of, who gets the house? They have to buy each other out, sell, divide the money.
Now, in terms of, because we've talked about this before too, in terms of, say these people reside in different states and things like that. The law that applies is wherever the property or wherever it is so if the house is in New Mexico, then we're talking New Mexico law, even if the couples don't live in New Mexico, but because the thing in question is in New Mexico, that's the law that applies. When
it comes to real estate, yes.
Okay.
So every state is sovereign over its real estate laws.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because if you think about it, and so that's very good, Mike. If you think about it, if it depends on where they live, then a lot of real estate transactions would never happen because we don't know what would happen if these people are in Kansas or some other place.
Right.
When real estate transactions would get incredibly expensive for research and title work and the rest of that stuff.
Right.
So only New Mexico law applies to New Mexico real estate, period.
Gotcha. So that's in case you get in one of those disputed situations, like, well, whatever the law in that state is what your lawyers are going to have to the rules in which they're allowed to work in, basically.
Yeah. So back in the 80s, I was doing oil and gas title work, and so Mr. Smith bought these minerals, and it only says John Smith. He held them for about 4 or 5 years, and John Smith sells them. Well, it's a title problem because was he married or single? We don't know. He happened to live in Chicago. So, this is pre-internet days, but I got on the phone and started looking, and I found John Smith. And I said, hi, I'm looking for the John Smith that used to own these minerals down here in New Mexico. Or are you that John Smith? And he goes, yes, I am. I said, oh, great. Well, the reason I'm calling is I'm kind of wondering if you were married at the time you bought those minerals. He goes, yep. And I said, well, that creates a problem because we're a community property state. So when you bought those, it's presumptively you and your wife's, and she didn't sign off when they got sold. That creates a problem for us. And he says, well, it's none of our business. I understand in Illinois.
But it is in New Mexico.
But the minerals are real property, and they're in New Mexico, and that creates a community property problem. We need your wife to sign off. He says, well, I'm not going to ask her, it's none of her business. I said, well, so the easy way is for me to send the paperwork and for Mrs. Smith to sign. The hard way is just for us to sue you.
All right.
Because the deed you gave was void. It's a bad deed.
Right.
And the way we can fix it is to sue you. And I really don't want to do that.
Right.
So I mailed it to him, and Mrs. Smith signed off.
Yeah.
But yeah, every state's real property laws are sovereign to that state.
Yep. So to make sure your ducks in a row. Don't. I'm sure that guy had to have an awkward conversation to get her to sign that thing.
Yeah. Don't know about that. But.
Let's just say that was probably an interesting dinner that night. Wherever that was, they had to go meet up. But We got a few more minutes here. Let's make sure there's no points we want to make sure we cover. We get to cover because I don't want to get a sidetracked.
So one thing a lot of parents don't think about is that if they have single adult children. So the problem is if you have a child who's an adult,
right,
who's single, and you get a phone call, say, hey, your kid just got in a car wreck, he's at the emergency room, and so mommy grabs the keys, she hauls ass there, and says, well, how's my kid? And the ER staff says, I'm sorry, who are you? Says, well, I'm mommy of injured kid. And they're going to say, well, HIPAA laws prevent us from talking to you about your child's medical care.
Yeah, they're adult people now.
Yeah. So mom and dads don't think about having their adult children give them a power of attorney.
Yeah.
So as soon as they turn 18, you should be getting that power of attorney.
And to be honest, this is kind of that time of year you should be really, with kids going off to college and things like that. If, God forbid, your kid's off to school right now and gets hurt, if they're over 18, which they probably are, you really, if you don't get that medical power of attorney, they're not going to answer any questions for you. They're not going to do anything. And if they do, it's illegal. They're not allowed to. So please get that to handle that, especially if you're just hearing this now and you're like, my kid's already up at Tech or UNM, wherever they're at. You might want to let's get this knocked out. Just God forbid you don't need it,
right?
But boy golly, that you be sure thankful you have it if this happens. So
I had some friends of mine, family friends, and their boy went off to the Naval Academy, and so we did the power of attorney. We even did financial power of attorney. We did will. We did the whole thing, but it was during his second year that one of the cadets was injured. And when the parents tried to find out about the kid's condition, they were told no.
Yeah.
And, man, that spread like wildfire through the parent Gmail system.
Well, it's the law. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, your kid is an adult now, technically. Yeah. Even though and I know mentally they're still your little boy or girl, that's an adult.
Yep.
So, yeah, get that done. And it might not be a bad idea with some financial stuff, too, or whatever, You know how they are on, especially, and I'm telling you this right now, if you've got a single military kid, you got to have someone doing their finances and stuff too, because if they get deployed and whatever, it's really hard for them to pay bills. And they're sitting in foxholes and things like that. Trust me on experience on this one. There's a guy that spent some time sitting in a sandbox doing things when I couldn't do any, this is back before in the 90s, before, we had cell phones and internet up in our pockets and everything else. It's really hard to do that kind of stuff. So if you got a kid in the military, you need to have some kind of power of attorney on them. And to be honest, they're usually better at explaining to you that kind of stuff. That's one thing about basic. They if your kid pays attention, tell them to say yes on the GI Bill, on the 200,000 insurance, all those things that make them sign. Yes.
That's right. Get those benefits.
Yeah. The GI Bills are the big yes, because I don't know how it is now, but back when I was in, you paid $1,200 in. They basically took $100 a paycheck out of your first 12 paychecks. After that, you got the GI Bill. It's yours, and you get up to whatever it is, $100,000 for college or whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good. Say yes. I don't care even if you have no plans to go to college. Pay it, and you got it.
Yep.
If you don't use it, you'll use it. Trust me.
Well, it's a small investment for a big payoff.
Yeah, for $1,200, it's a big $1,200 in for $100,000 in college. I'll take that.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else we want to mention before we do factor?
How much time do we have?
Let's see. Probably about 3 minutes here.
3 minutes.
I'm just looking at how many courses I got to play before news. So about 3 minutes.
When the second marriage, when you do your will, or estate planning, just remember that, once you give something to someone, it's theirs to do with as they wish.
Yep.
So if you say, okay, well, I'm going to leave my estate to my second spouse because I'll know they'll take care of my children from the first marriage, that's not, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, they might, but they might not. Either way, it's theirs to do with as they see fit.
They're going to, and which means it's going to go to their kids.
Yeah.
So talk about that stuff. One thing is to try and set your kids up early in life to be financially successful, so they don't have to depend on an inheritance. Maybe.
Yeah, this is why they always talk about like a little financial planning with the putting money aside now for college. I mean, these are the types of things you do that stuff, and if you do it when they're young and you just put in 5, 10, whatever it is, a small number here, then by the time this kid's 16, 18 years old, there's something there to work with. And that's whatever your thing is, talk about that stuff and set it up. And like you said, have them involved in it in those good families that just kind of, someone knows what's going on.
Start thinking 30, 40 years in advance.
Yep.
So, when we see something weird, humans see something weird, how we kind of walk around to try and figure out what it is.
Yes.
We for whatever reason, we look at it from different angles, walk around it this way, walk around it that way, going, I don't know what the heck this thing is. So if we encircle it, or another word for circle is cycle, like the seasons have a cycle.
Right.
The cycle of life, kumbaya. And we walk around on our feet, and of course, someone who walks up and down on the street on their feet is a
pedestrian.
Yes. Ped is foot. And so if you encycloped on your feet, you encyclopedia.
Okay.
So encyclopedia means to walk around something on your foot, trying to figure out what the heck is that thing.
And now I've got 25 volumes of it, and well, not anymore, but back in the day.
But I think, gee, that's who came up with that stuff. That's wild.
That's funny. Here's your whole books about walking around in a circle thinking about it.
Yeah.
You got to work on a scratch in your head and bring there too somehow. What's Latin for scratch in your head?
But I used to read the children's encyclopedias all the time.
That's pretty cool. Interesting. Of course, as always, if you need Matt for real, for any kind of family law or anything, pro tip, the earlier you talk to Matt, the more headache, the less headache you will definitely have. That is for sure.
Absolutely.
But please reach out to Matt via his website, bristollaw.net.
BristolLawOffice.net.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. BristolLawOffice.net. And then you can set up a time to have a consultation, and he'll tell you, we need to talk, or no, just do this, and you'll be on about your day.
Yeah, give us a call at 625-5284. And Mike, thank you so much for today.
Thank you, and welcome back, and we'll see you next time, and stay cool, because that's about all we got to look forward to is hot.
Yeah, do my best.
Very good. Thanks, Matt. We'll see you next time.
Mike.
All right, it is 7:57. I believe we got time to do news real quick and a quick break before more news. Don't go away.
SRN News, Donna Thomason in Washington. The traditional U.S. South Korea military exercises are underway, albeit on a smaller scale than in years gone by. President Trump ordered the exercises to be scaled back, saying the drills are costly and that they send an inappropriate message to North Korea. The president also says he has a good relationship with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. American negotiator Jared Kushner has held a rare meeting with the Hamas chief in Egypt, a push to jumpstart the stalled Gaza ceasefire. Kushner then met with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, and that meeting has since wrapped up. Days of torrential rains and severe flooding have killed at least 7 people in Indiana. A 4-year-old boy, 3 men, and 3 women lost their lives. Hurricane Lala weakened to a tropical storm after pummeling Hawaii, damaging infrastructure. This is SRN News.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure staying put over eastern New Mexico, and that'll keep things sunny for us today. We're headed for the upper 90s. Overnight looks clear. Upper 60s will stay at about the 100-degree mark on Tuesday. Not too windy, and we should get sunshine. No big changes for Wednesday and Thursday with high pressure staying put, sunshine, and highs about 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Hey, Roswell, time Time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Hi, this is Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. If you're missing teeth or struggling with dentures, I want you to know there's a better way. It's called 3-on-6 Dental Implant Solutions. It's the most natural smile replacement ever. With 3-on-6, you don't just smile again, you eat again. Apples, steaks, whatever you love, you can eat it with confidence. And here's the kicker. Carabelli Dental is the only office in New Mexico and West Texas offering this advanced dental treatment. My team and I are experts in implants and in sedation. So while you relax, we will transform your smile. Call Carabelli Dental today and take back your smile and your bite.
Call 575-622-4455.
Although on a smaller scale than in years gone by.
President Trump taking to his Truth Social page, stating he has instructed Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to substantially reduce the military drills we do with that country. The president saying, based on my very good relationship with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, I am not happy with the fact the U.S. has long ago agreed to participate in joint military exercises with South Korea. These exercises are not only costly, but send a signal that is totally inappropriate and hostile to a country that, as long as Donald J. Trump has been president, has been unthreatening and respectful.
Correspondent Laura Winters says Mr. Trump also cites South Korea for a lack of support in the Iran war. Mideast negotiator Jared Kushner has wrapped up an hours-long meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. It came on the heels of a rare sit-down with the Hamas chief in Egypt.
It's a meeting that would once have been unthinkable. But the face-to-face talks between Jared Kushner and Khalil al-Hayya in Cairo are a sign of just how keen Washington is to see the next phase of the Board of Peace's Gaza deal put into action. Israel has rejected the plan, which would see it withdraw from the Gaza Strip while Hamas would disarm, handing its weapons over to a new governing body. Reports say Jared Kushner called for concrete, verifiable steps from Hamas, adding that Gaza could never be a source of terror.
The BBC's Joe Inwood. The Supreme Court has again rejected President Trump's attempt to overturn a $5 million jury verdict in favor of writer E. Jean Carroll. Days of torrential rain and severe flooding have killed at least 7 people in Indiana. 4-year-old boy, 3 men and 3 women lost their lives. On Wall Street, the Dow down 170 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-0141. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Crews continue to fight massive wildfires in Belgium and Greece, fires resulting in the loss of life on an island near Athens.
On the island of Salamina in Greece, fire crackled inside a house as wildfires burned. Firefighters confirmed that 2 people had died from the fires on the island west of Athens on Sunday. Some 260 firefighters were responding to the blazes. In Belgium, about 12 square miles has burned in the High Fens. Authorities evacuated about 600 residents and tourists as smoke spread through the area. The country activated the EU's civil protection mechanism to receive assistance from other countries. Sweden and the Netherlands have sent firefighting aircraft. I'm Karen Shamas.
Ukraine is taking aim at Russia's economy and the public's morale by attacking a major Russian online retailer, sending billions in merchandise up in smoke. News and analysis, townhall.com. Guacamole lovers rejoice. After 8 days, the ban on imported Mexican avocados has been lifted.
Orchard supervisor Jesus Mendez says the halt in production had an economic impact on both producers and workers. Michoacan is Mexico's main avocado-producing state and also a region where 4 cartels designated by the Trump administration as terrorist organizations operate. U.S. authorities fully lifted the restrictions after more Mexican troops were deployed in the region. Avocado producer Luis Manuel Soto says more troops bring more peace of mind because he says his life has repeatedly been threatened. He says, I think we can work more comfortably, do our jobs better, and hopefully they will continue providing security so that everyone in Michoacan can move forward. I'm Donna Warder.
A Maryland court has struck down the state's digital advertising tax as unconstitutional. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Morning to right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday.
Can't help it, man. It's these long dancer's legs.
That's right. When you're short like me, you don't have these problems. You don't bump into things.
Gotta get this thing tacked down. You know?
He's got jazz toe.
I do. Spirit toes, jazz feet. That's right.
You might want to get someone to look at
that. There's a scene in Scrubs which JD gets into some kind of pratfall or some kind of accident. He's just sitting there and he goes, and I might need to go to the ER because I'm not doing this. Just moving his hand up in the air. And he wasn't doing that. So he should probably go have somebody check it out.
Speaking of, well, not Scrubs.
Yeah.
But I noticed the other day, the entire first season of St. Dennis Medical is on Netflix.
Really?
Yes, you can watch the first season on Netflix. Which is a Peacock property.
If you
it's
have not,
NBC.
By the way,
yeah,
tuned in and checked out St. Dennis Medical, you are absolutely missing out. People are like, well, is it going to be a Scrubs ripoff? No, it's not. It's its own thing. It's got, some of it's David Allen Greer.
Yeah, it's
on there.
funny. Yeah, I think this one's a little more Reno 911.
You know what? The way I've heard
medical.
it described is it's like if you took Superstore, the show Superstore from a couple years ago, and Scrubs and put it into a blender.
Okay.
And that's kind of what you'd get.
Because
it's that breed of humor.
The blonde from Reno 911.
Wendy McClendon.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Yeah. She is she's otherwise known as Clemmy or Clementine from Reno 911.
Yes.
It was
She was
so
also
funny.
in Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
If you remember, that was another big movie
she was indeed
in.
in Bridesmaids. I every now and again I have to just kind of scratch an itch and go back and like check out some old Reno 911 clips.
Yeah.
And there's one that it's not really like in circulation. I think it was on one of the DVDs.
Yeah.
But it's on YouTube now, and it's when they did the Comedy Arts Festival in Aspen, Colorado.
Okay.
And this is from years ago. And she has this great story where she tells it in like flashbacks and how like she got basically drugged when she was a child, and how they like to say no to drugs because it ruined my life, and look where I ended up. But the takeaway from this whole special, for me personally, was I learned how to say the alphabet backwards because one of the deputies, Junior, he says, "I'm going to teach you how to if you're ever in a DUI situation, how to say your alphabet backwards." So that you can just get out of it, because we don't want to run the paperwork. We don't have to waste our time. And so it's ZYXWVUT SRQ PON MLK JIHG FED CBA. And here's how you remember it. It starts off with ZYX, first three letters, easy enough to remember. Then you go into the worst two states in the country, West Virginia and Utah. So WVUT. Then the next part's the longest, but it's the easiest to remember. This is our cue to take a leak on Martin Luther King. SRQ PON MLK. Now we're more than halfway through. We're happy. We're going to dance. We're doing a jig, a JIHG. The H is silent. We're almost there. We're on the expressway to home plate. It's the Federal Expressway, FED, and then you cap it off with a CBA. That easy.
Yeah.
He said just do it 5 minutes every night when you're drunk.
No problem. It's a lot of training.
It is. It takes a little bit. I've watched it a couple of times, but it's once you get to the pattern.
It's a great party gag too.
Yeah.
All right, I could. I'm sure after beer number 3, you're telling everybody at the bar that you could do it.
Guys, come here. You want to see something? I'm going to show you something. 3 beers in, that's me.
Yeah, I'm sure. But, yeah, it's a good gig. So.
Always a good time. But yeah, no, the whole point. Say Dennis Medical, check it out. And by the way, if you haven't, I just rewatched the 2nd season of Ted. You need to watch that. Watch Ted.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know if you haven't done season 1 even, have you?
No, I have Sunday season 1.
Okay.
The first season 1 of Ted I've
2.
seen. I don't have
fantastic.
Peacock. That's why I gotta.
I gotta
get season 2. I haven't seen season 2.
I gotta get you that Peacock.
Well, and that's why I was kind of surprised St. Dennis Medical, because that's an NBC property as well, which is on Peacock. And then I literally was on there the other day. And I'm like, oh, look at that, St. Dennis Medical first season sitting on Netflix.
I had the story the other day in my show prep that Netflix just signed a deal to keep Seinfeld for the next 5 years.
Okay.
So, I mean, even though that's an NBC property, that's one of the hottest properties that they own. That and when they had their time with The Office, but it's
like right now, you have to go to Max to watch it, HBO Max.
I think it was. Well, it's been on Netflix forever, but before that, it's an NBC, so it would be on Peacock.
I was thinking but I was thinking like HBO Max or someone had all the Seinfeld.
They might also. I'm not sure.
I thought I remember one.
It's kind of one of those things like South Park, where one streamer has access to like some of the episodes, and one streamer has access to the later episodes and the movies. And it's just complicated.
Yeah. Yeah, and then. I don't. The streaming service world is like.
It's so funny. I never thought I'd miss the cord.
Yeah.
But like just having it presented to me, and I didn't have to like go search for it. And yeah, I had to deal with commercial breaks and all that. But gosh, those were the days.
Yeah. Well, and this is why I got to use to watch my Redskins preseason game, Commanders preseason game. I have my little Fire Stick app thing. That's how I go watch local channels all over, and it was so I literally watched in preseason football. You know, you don't really catch them live unless you get the local channels.
Right.
Occasionally NFL, like the Cowboys game was on NFL Network, but they ain't showing Redskins Miami Dolphins on NFL Network. It was on Friday night. It was on the local DC channel. So I tune into that one, and I'm psyched because I'm a Redskins fan, and the broadcast booth is John Riggins, Brian Mitchell, and then some snot-nosed kid. I have no idea who he was, but
some kid.
But I'm like, I want to. And Rigo's a little of a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Like, he's a nice guy. He's the fan favorite. He's amazing, but he's the dude. Like, the Commanders show up. He's got his his sport coat, and he whips out, and he's got his Redskin logo sitting on it. And he's like, I'm a Redskin. I'm not a commander. I'm a Redskin. I ain't no W on my helmet when I play. And anybody knows Riggins. Riggins is like this. Like before he was, like he started in the 70s with the Jets, and then he had like 2 stints with the Redskins. But he was always known as like the clown. Right. Like he was a big white man with a giant afro. And he did his move. He just was slightly off center of everybody else, and he's a showman. And like what fed him was the fans. Like he would, the more he get fans going, the more he hams it up. That's just how Riggins is.
You know what's really funny is that has slowly, like the hairstyle of the kids of today has slowly morphed from the cauliflower, which they were rocking for a couple years. Now they're rocking full afro. Yeah, like I've seen several.
Well, Riggo did it before they
did. Cotton balls. When I'm out and about with the young people. So it's making a return.
Yeah, Riggins, and so to have him in the broadcast booth, I'm just like, this is amazing. He's a Hall of Famer. He's old school, and he talks old school, and you just like, oh, it's just John Riggins. He's at that point where he can say whatever he wants, and like, oh, it's just John Riggins.
I can't help but think of Shane Gillis whenever you bring up Riggins, because that's the name of his late dog. Yeah. So whenever he goes on the radio or on any show, he goes, shout out Riggins. Yep. So.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I could see why Shane Gillis likes John Riggins. They're
of an ilk. because we are getting close to Dragonfly Festival time, so I might slip a little reminder on that too. So, we are weeks away. Weeks away. Mere weeks.
Weeks. You can sign up for the tours and stuff.
You should.
Matter of fact, is Early Bird Tour filled yet? It might be. It's been open for.
He's not wearing that hat right now, Mike.
17 days. It's been open now, so it could be filled already. It could be. So anyway, he's going to join us. We're talking Alzheimer's Association mostly, but here in just a bit. Before we do any of that, though, let us get you up to date on the weather, which sucks too. It's just hot and just orange. That's all we got. It's just a matter of stink.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure staying put over eastern New Mexico, and that'll keep things sunny for us today. We're headed for the upper 90s. Overnight looks clear. Upper 60s will stay at about the 100-degree mark on Tuesday. Not too windy, and we should get sunshine. No big changes for Wednesday and Thursday with high pressure staying put, sunshine, and highs about 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thanks, Steve. Currently 74 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 56%. Winds currently out of the north at 8 miles per hour. 97. And this is the cool day this week. Sunny, hot, high of 97. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10. Tonight, clear, overnight low of 70. South winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow, Tuesday, sunny, hot, high of 99. Wednesday, sunny, hot, high of 102. Thursday, sunny and hot, high of 101. Friday, sunny and hot with a high of 100. Weekend, no better. 101 on Saturday, 101 on Sunday. So that's it. Enjoy 97 because tomorrow it's 99 and then 101 the rest of the week. So enjoy the bag of heat and life in a blender. All right, or a blow dryer, one of those like old school like hair dryer, like the beehive ones. That's what it's like. Just living inside one of those. All right, it is 8:17. We're going to take a 2-minute break. Yeah, 2-minute break, and then Donwell will join us on the other side. Don't go away.
This lot is stocked. The Summer is Stock sales event is on now at Roswell Hyundai with great deals on an unbelievable selection of fresh new vehicles. Get 3.49% for up to 60 months and $1,000 in bonus cash on in-stock 26 Kona, 3.49% for 60 and $2,000 in bonus cash on in-stock 26 Elantra, and 0% for 60 and up to $3,000 in dealer choice bonus cash on 26 Tucson SE, plus 0 down and no payments for 90 days. The Summer is Stock sales event on now at Roswell Hyundai, 1909 109 West 2nd.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General Hospital.
Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply is your one-stop shop for farm and ranch supplies in southeastern New Mexico, with a friendly, knowledgeable team that can help you find the brands you know, including Preferred, Pearson, Purina, High Pro Feeds, Ariat, Wrangler, Cinch, Justin Boots, and more. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply is a proud supporter of area sports, 4-H, FFA, and the farmers and ranchers of tomorrow. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd, celebrating over 50 years.
Tough, reliable equipment that gets the job done right. Turn to your local Kubota experts. Amigo Machinery in Roswell. Proud to be your hometown Kubota dealer. Offering a full line of tractors, mowers, and construction equipment. Plus genuine parts and expert service and advice. Locally owned and here for you. Stop by Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell. Or call 575-624-2026. Proud sponsor of the Eddy and Chaves County 4-H and FFA livestock shows.
A Greek Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he was from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning, wearing his Alzheimer's Association hat here, Don Weld back with us. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Mike. Is that why I'm here?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
If memory serves.
If memory serves, yes.
But for folks who don't know, of course, Don joins us each month. He wears multiple hats with various organizations involved with. But each month he joins us here with the Alzheimer's Association, and we talk really about as we're now kind of transitioning. I know it's still August, but we are transitioning to fall kind of here with kids going back to school, which means we're not that far out from this year's annual walk here for Walk to End Alzheimer's, which is always that first Saturday in November. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. November 7th.
Yes.
And we will be out at the Rusty K, the
soccer complex there.
Complex across from the Wool Bowl.
Yep. And it's a whole lot of things that day we go out there. The day itself is kind of the celebratory honoring day. The real work happens leading up to it, raising money, teams getting put together and raising money to walk.
Yep.
The kind of deal is, if you raise a team of 5, you ask like $100 per person. So try to get each team to raise a minimum $500. Right. That's kind of the goal, but certainly not a handicap, or we don't have to stop there. We can keep trying to raise as much money to ultimately end and find a cure for Alzheimer's. And we're very close. The medicines out there have made significant progress over the last 20, 30 years. Someone that is diagnosed with Alzheimer's today can, if it's caught soon enough, can live 20 years with a relatively normal life before they start seeing the real effects of some of the Alzheimer's.
And the way we're developing the medicines and such now, we may actually find that cure within the next 20 years.
And that's why, we're right there. And so we're at this last push to get the last money. And the real kicker, too, is the Roswell statewide walk is one of the last of the season. So it's kind of the last chance for the state of New Mexico to hit their numbers and raise their goals, to raise the money their goals are trying to achieve to help stamp this thing out. So this is kind of that last chance, our last hurrah. We'd love to get Southeast New Mexico to kind of rally behind it, start putting teams together, and so we can meet and exceed our numbers here.
Our last one,
Yeah,
and Roswell Walk, traditionally, the last couple of years, we have achieved our goal, which is the highest in the state.
All right, so really they kind of the grand finale. The biggest in the state is also one of the last in the state.
That's right.
So.
And that's including the walks in Albuquerque.
That's surprising.
That's a good.
You'd think Las Cruces and Albuquerque, places that bigger populations than us, could muster up some more people. But,
but Roswell Walk has achieved their goals, and it's been the highest in the state last 2 years.
Well, that's a pat on the back for us. And, and a reminder that we can't stop now. That we
that's right. We got to keep going. Yeah. I'd like to see a three-peat.
Well, and that's and really the day itself is because they'll have the guard and they'll do the walk and we want to honor those that are fighting. We want to mourn and celebrate those that have lost their battle, but and at the same time we want to at some point have the white flower, like they have the different colors depending on if you're where you're at, if you're fighting it or if you're, but someone that has been cured of it will get the white flower, and that has not been issued
not yet. Not yet. Well, we're looking.
We got one made and ready to go.
Yep, we're ready to go. And we have one there each year.
Yeah,
as a symbol of that's our goal.
That's
is
what we're
to
trying
find
to
that white flower.
But someday soon, someone will be carrying and holding that.
And another thing, at the walk, we have quite a few booths of healthcare groups.
Oh yeah,
to help you. So come out to the walk.
Yeah.
You can go from booth to booth and find out all kinds of information and help. We give help to the caregivers who are taking care of someone. You can find that at the walk also.
Yeah, and that's kind of, obviously we're talking about the walk, and that's kind of one of the big things that the Alzheimer's Association here for Chaves County does is raise money for that. But the rest of the year is helping families, helping people get connected to resources, whether it's medical stuff or health, like home health type stuff, or just mental health support, whatever it is, even if it's a shoulder to bend, an ear to bend, or a shoulder to lean on kind of thing. That's what the Alzheimer's Association does, is help families when they're not trying to raise money. They're trying to help families navigate and get and help them through their process of dealing. Because as we all know, Alzheimer's and dementia affects the family almost, if not more so than the actual patient here.
Yeah, the patient, I mean, they're in a world of their own.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So it's the caregiver who bears the brunt of the struggle.
And depending on the type of dementia, if there's sometimes there's, because it unfortunately, especially in some of the latter stages of this disease, the personalities, the person does not
very much
appear to be that person, and people sometimes don't understand. It's like, no, that's not your grandma there, or that's not your father there anymore. That's the disease.
Sometimes they can become very violent. Sometimes they can be very lost.
Or aloof. Someone that you've known
and very aloof.
Your whole life doesn't know you all of a sudden.
That's right.
And it's hard to sometimes take
I don't
that
know
person.
You. Get away from me.
It's like it's your own mother or your own father or your own brother or whoever doesn't know you all of a sudden. That can be unnerving for folks.
Very much, especially if now the caregiver is there every day. They see these goings in
Ebbs
and out,
flows,
the change. But somebody who maybe is in another town and only gets to come in periodically, they're going to see dramatic changes, and it's really going to confuse them. So you need, as a caregiver, you also need to be this go-between to let people know, hey, like you said, that's not your mom, that's not your grandma.
Sure.
This is somebody who has been afflicted with a very, very detrimental disease.
And so what they're going to say and do may not.
Yeah, it may be very offensive
now,
to you.
if you do get a lucid moment where you get your grandma, enjoy it. But that doesn't always happen. And
that's right.
So when she says something loving or whatever, that's her.
Yeah.
But when it gets dark, that's the other side. You
right.
can't control that.
You got to remember that.
Yeah. And that's. But you got to prepare for that, and it's. And even you yourself, it's hard. I imagine there's problem times with you and your spouse or whatever, and you're like, it's not her, but I got to know this is not her. This is not her. This is not her.
Or I went through that so much.
I would imagine it's got to be hard.
It was really tough.
I would almost, I got to be honest, I'm not trying to pick things. I'd almost rather have like a cancer diagnosis and something like, you know, I mean, it's the mental anguish there is much not as, I mean, I'm not saying, none of these are picnics and I'm not wishing anybody,
No.
but I think that mental struggle is a little easier to wrap your head around than sometimes this dementia stuff.
Yeah, because in cancer, you notice a physical, very definite physical problem there, and their mind, depending on the type of cancer, their mind may be completely intact and so on. But with Alzheimer's, it affects the mind, which, of course, is going to affect the body. You're going to watch them waste.
Sure. But, you know, their brain sometimes might think that they're 6 years old all of a sudden, not 30 or, you know, or the next thing you know, they're 30 or they're bringing them through different parts of life or different things altogether. And,
that's right.
And so if their brain's at 6, all of a sudden you as the son or daughter, they weren't in their life at 6, so they don't know who you are.
That's
you
right.
know, and that's kind of the stuff that's going on there.
It's really, in a way, it's kind of funny. You walk in and they don't remember yesterday, but they can remember 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's, wait a minute, that happened 20 years ago. What are you doing?
Yeah. You know, like in my head, like the only way I wrap things around, like it makes sense to me, this kind of stuff, is I almost got to think of your brain like a computer, and it's like a hard drive up there, and some of the files got corrupted in the hard drive, and that's kind of what's going on up there. In my head, that's how I rationalize Alzheimer's. Is like it's something like that going on.
Yeah, the computer went and moved this set of files over here instead of over there.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like what's going on there with the brain.
Yeah.
You know? And so, but anyway, there's still time to sign up teams. You know, we're here in August. If you're just hearing about it and you're thinking, I'd love to put together a team, or you know what, I would love to contribute to a team or participate. So you can either still start your own teams, or you can go online and donate to some of the already existing or established teams right now. Either way, you're helping out.
That's all it takes. Yep.
And if you go to alz.org, and then there's I think there's like a thing that says find a walk near you.
Find a walk, and then you put in Roswell.
Yeah.
They'll ask you the city, and put in Roswell, and they'll take you to the Roswell walk. On the Roswell walk, you can look up a team. And if you know of somebody, they get their
their name or whatever.
Their name or their team name. Enter that, and it'll come up with that one.
Okay.
Mine is photo finish. So.
Okay. So if you're looking for one,
you always go to photo. I'd love to have you donate to mine.
Yeah, hey, he's coming on the radio. He gets the advantage of hawking for his team. So.
Right. You want to join my team? I would love it.
Absolutely. The more the merrier.
You can. Yeah. Once you find a team, you can join that team online as well.
Yeah, or create your own if you want to.
Or
and then start another team and start another thing.
Yep.
And then join us for the walk on that 1st November here in
you got a bunch of people together, make your own team. If you're a company,
absolutely,
small company or a big company, we don't care. I'd love to have Leprino come on.
Yeah.
If you work for Leprino, listen up.
Yeah.
Come in there and go to alz.org.
Yeah.
Find Roswell. And sign up a team from Leprino.
Yeah. We got a little fun with it.
Love
Get multiple teams you can compete against. Hey, get some high school teams. Let's see a Roswell High and a Goddard High and maybe a Gateway and maybe different teams. And each comes in different teams and try to raise money. And let's have some fun with this as well too. And
that's right.
And of course, on that day, that Saturday, that first Saturday in November here, we want to get everyone out there wearing their purple. And come celebrate, come mourn, come honor, and ultimately come raise awareness for
anybody who makes $100 donation for them, individual donation of $100, will get a T-shirt.
Get the purple T-shirt.
The purple T-shirt.
Yep. And of course, all this money goes back to eventually stamping out this disease. And
that's what we're looking for.
But again, best thing to do is go to alz.org, and then, like you said, find a walk near you. Just type in Roswell NM, and it'll take you right to our walk. You can find a team for there, start a team, or contribute to a team, or whatever you want to do there, and get the ball rolling here to start raising money, and then, of course, like if you do create a team, they've got all the like material you need to, like, if you want to share on your social medias and help use that to kind of raise money and things like that?
There is a team, what would I call it? A booklet?
Yeah.
A guide. For when you start your team, you'll get a little guide. You can download that guide once you start your team.
Okay.
Or you can ask them to send you a hard copy. It's either way. It's preferable if you just download it.
Gotcha. It's easier, quicker, probably.
Yeah, quicker and easier and all that. It'll tell you exactly what to do as a team leader, and so on. On that note, though, the other thing is that when you go to alz.org, it's not just to join them up. If you're a caregiver, go to alz.org, and you can find on there things that can help you as a caregiver.
Gotcha. Resources.
Resources are fantastic. They can still give you a day off. They can make arrangements through Alzheimer's. They'll make arrangements to have somebody come in and take care of your loved one that you've been dying, almost literally dying, taking care of.
Sure. Yeah.
And you can take a day and go
care of you.
Do spa day.
Yeah. Relax.
Go get what you need to done.
Run errands, whatever it is. You got life to get to.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that's kind of one of the biggest battles you have, is for families is
you don't have any time for yourself.
Yeah. The family that ends up being the primary caregivers to the patient end up not having enough time to take care of themselves.
Yep.
And
it left me with a heart attack.
Well, that's, I know it's hard and everything, but you got to eat right.
Yep.
You got to sleep well. You got to take care of you too. You've got to make sure that you disengage from time to time to recharge your own batteries. And I know it's hard, especially, if it's your loved one and you want to be there 24/7, but there's nothing you can do to make anything better unless you take care of you.
That's right.
The best way to help your loved one is for you to be at your best self.
That's right.
And to do that.
And that's where Alzheimer's Association can help provide you with a little relief.
Yeah.
And a little information on how to handle things.
Well, and I'm going to take a stab, especially if you don't have a lot of family near you and you're older in age and it's you and your spouse and you're the one that's taking care of them and you don't have a lot of family or resources around, it's very easy to feel alone, overwhelmed, and in your own mental health deteriorates.
That's right.
This is why you got to tap into these resources, especially if you don't have family that's abundantly available to you, that don't live near you or you need those resources. And the Alzheimer's Association, when we're not having walks and raising money, that's exactly what they're doing, is helping families navigate their struggle for this fight. And if you're newly diagnosed in your family with some of this and please, the first thing is go to that website, reach out to our local
and get started,
and let's see what we can do to get you plugged in and tapped into our community here.
Right. And what caregivers are available and where and how much of this. All too often, the people that come up with Alzheimer's don't have a lot of money.
No.
And we're all struggling. Roswell is probably not. It's not a major financial center.
You're right. Yeah. There's a lot of people living below the poverty line in Roswell in New Mexico. That's just facts.
Alzheimer's can help in that as well.
Yeah.
So please give them a call. Now, they're not going to just give you money. That's not the idea. But they can give you help that will be, if not free, at least very minimal cost.
Sure, resources.
Tap
into things
that you can use.
And everybody's situation is unique, and they can get you to the next thing or the next level. And I always will say this too: we have the 211 health line. And anytime you need any medical questions, and including Alzheimer's stuff, you can call that number, and they will get you in touch with. I know Carrie and them will make sure that they will get you in touch with the right people and all
Travis
that.
County.
So really, anytime I talk about medical stuff, that 2-1 is anything that you missed here. If you're newly I know because a lot of like say next month you get that's when the diagnosis hit. And you're like, I remember Mike on the radio. I'll just call 211 and do it.
There you go.
But please reach out. If when in doubt, that's a good resource for anything. Right. But ALZ.org if you want to help out here. And certainly if you are dealing with this as a family member. And to be honest, if you yourself, the patient, are starting to wonder about things, get it checked out. Have that doctor look. And,
right.
And I know there's a certain mindset that ignorance is bliss, and you put your head in the sand, and it's like, well, if I don't go to the doctor and doesn't tell me, it's not a thing, but that doesn't change the fact it's a thing.
I know, you got to have it checked out.
Yeah.
If you have any kind of feelings that, hey, I'm just not quite there, or if you know of somebody that they're just not quite there, get them to go to the doctor, get diagnosed, find out now, or the earlier the better.
Yep. I would also say this, just and don't laugh at this. It really is a good thing, especially if there's family history things. If you've got family that now, and this is the thing about Alzheimer's. Yes, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's not. That's the problem. That's why Alzheimer's is such a tricky disease to kind of encapsulate, because there isn't necessarily standard patterns to this.
No, it isn't.
Things like cancer, you're like, okay, if you do this, and this, you're getting cancer. We figured that out.
Right.
Alzheimer's don't necessarily work that way.
We haven't.
Sometimes it is family thing. You're like, yep, that's what here. But in this case, that wasn't the case. And
sometimes it's an injury.
Yeah. It could be an environment thing. It could be a lifestyle thing. There's literally 20 different. It could be a hereditary thing. There's no rhyme or reason sometimes why someone gets that. But that being said, if you do have a family history of people with Alzheimer's, you want to be
on top of it. Yeah, especially, yes.
And that being said, I'm telling you, little, like I don't know if you've seen them online, but there's like the Luminosity, little games like that, crossword puzzles, word searches. Whether you go high tech or go buy one at the magazine rack at the Walgreens. Doing those little games, those puzzles, are perfect. It's like going to the gym and working out for your brain. It's the same kind of thing. Those are the kind of things to help delay, to help maybe even prevent. If you have that family history, keeping your brain active is a great way to lesser or even delay or stop some of those effects.
Yeah, it's all in the brain.
Sure.
So we need to keep that brain working. The more it works, the better.
It's kind of no different than like they say the health. It's like if you're in better shape, your body's going to fight a disease better than someone who's not in good shape. And with a good working brain that you exercise on a regular basis and frequently use and challenge and think about things and do things, this helps kind of strengthen your brain to fight against some of that stuff. So, that's, I know you laugh and things, but sometimes those those brain teasers or little games you play are very good
they are,
exercises
because they keep
for the
your
brain.
Mind thinking.
Yeah.
And that's what it needs.
But back in the day when we were kids, you used to play like Hangman or something or Tic-Tac-Toe or whatever little paper games before computers and things came out.
Yeah.
Go back to do some of that too.
There you go. Get a Scrabble book or something.
Yeah, exactly.
One of those books. That
like a word search or word find or the crossword puzzle in the paper. Do all those things. That's all. Now if you want to get really challenged, go grab the Wall Street Journal's one. Which one's like the hardest crossword puzzle every week? Is it
I think
the Wall Street Journal or Times
or the Wall Street Journal?
It's one of those.
Wall Street Journal. I think that's the one that's considered hardest.
Because I mean, if you get these rest are like child's play, then go grab that one and see.
There you go. There you go. And they have whole books.
Sudoku. If you like Sudoku, that's a great one.
That's a great
My
one.
wife loves Sudoku. I'm not a Sudoku guy, but other people.
Well, that's numbers.
Yeah,
and,
I do
unless you can want to do those kind of number things, it's
actually one of the games I enjoy is one that it's like a text twist game is what it is, and basically it's like a brain teaser game where it'll give you 7 letters, and the 7 letters will make one word, and you got 2 minutes to find that word. But in that 2 minutes, you got to try to make as many 3, 4, 5, whatever letter words out of that thing.
Those are good.
And so I play that one kind of often when I'm killing time or something like that. And so.
Now, see, some people are really good with words.
Yeah.
Other people are really good with numbers.
Yeah.
So
I'm a words guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a numbers guy.
Take your choice. I'm an engineer. I'm numbers.
Yeah. Math is a 4-letter word for me. Yeah. Not a good 4-letter word.
There you go.
I'm not good at math. I'm just not my. And I know people like, oh, it's only probably, but I just know that it don't register in my brain like other things do.
Yeah.
Like certain things like
That's
words,
right.
and, like thinking on my feet about that all flows, but if you put X's and letter, like I can do basic math, I can add, subtract, multiply.
Sure.
But you start putting letters and trig and all that, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking
Angles
about.
and all
physics
that.
and that's too much.
Theorems.
That's above my knowledge,
But fun though.
Yeah, and
that's the idea. Get something that you like,
absolutely,
that you can do that challenges your mind.
Yeah,
and keep doing it often.
Absolutely, yeah. That's kind of like my grandfather. Now he didn't have Alzheimer's, dementia. He died of Parkinson's. Now it's a different bird, but similar feathers. And what I mean by that is that is almost the opposite. Whereas you're almost like your brain is functioning well. You're thinking clearly. You logically can reason, but the rest of your body's failing. You can't send the signals or the motor to talk, to emote, to do. You're like trapped in a prison.
Right.
Whereas your brain is thinking clearly. I know what you're saying. I understand, but I can't communicate it back to you. I can't physically.
Right.
And
it's the connection from the brain to the rest of the
and
body.
that's kind of what Parkinson's is at the latter stages and all that. But it's kind of the same deal, whereas they cannot completely and it's that, to me, that was like the hardest thing, because like my grandfather was actually one of those smart types. He could do complex math in his head. He remembered numbers. He was an engineer. He had his own water softener equipment. And this is probably where he got his Parkinson's. He spent a lot of times in holes with asbestos and all kinds of. Yeah, that was his life. But so that's probably where it all ended up at. But he was just one of those people. And when I saw him before he passed, I got to see him in the home about 30 days before he passed his last time, and he went from being 6'3" to about being 5'7", weighing 90 pounds, and he could not. I could tell. You could see in his eyes. He knew what was going on. Like you could tell.
Yeah.
But he couldn't. Like he tried to emote, and his lips would, and he could. It was.
It's like the lights on, but nobody's home.
It was the roughest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it was the hardest thing to see a man of that. Now, pull back the curtain. He was kind of a jerk. Like, he was not nice to people or anything, but he was very smart.
Yeah.
And to see a man go from that confident and that smart to being a kind of a mumbling mess was really, really hard to process. And so, but again, it's a different animal, but Alzheimer's dementia evokes similar. You're not seeing the person you think you're seeing.
That's right.
And so, doing things. The things we're talking about does prevent that kind of.
And it's funny that they both are in the brain.
Yeah,
they both are in the brain. And it's just a different way of being attacked.
Yeah,
in your brain.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
maybe if we solve one, we can solve the other.
Well, and I got a feeling like even though they're different things, the it is there, like the same,
maybe
like,
similar. Yeah,
it's like, hey, if we reboot it this way, just like you do a computer, it's the same kind of fix.
There you go.
Deal. I don't know, but again, it's me converting my brain thing. It's like a damaged hard drive the way I look at it. But anyway, we're real quick. I know we're running short on time, so we can get down some rabbit holes here. But the point is, if you need help, if you're just recently diagnosed, or if you have family members that need help and looking for information, alz.org. Steer them there. Go there yourself. Do your research. If you would love to be a part of our Walk to End Alzheimer's, again, it's the first Saturday in November at Rusticade Complex there. Sign up your teams, all again through the alz.org. And then it says find a walk near you. Type in Roswell NM 88201, whatever you need to do.
Right.
And it'll take you there.
Bring you into the Roswell area.
And then sign up a team or contribute to a team or whatever you want to do. And then come join us and get your
photo finish.
There you
photo
go.
Finish.
When in doubt, give it to Photo Finish. That's Don's team. And all joking aside, we're joking because of competitive. The win is for the Alzheimer's, and
that's right.
And we want to raise
all of that
much
money goes right back in to help out on research and information.
Yeah.
and other help that needs it.
And it's
for the caregivers, for the patient, whatever. But that money comes back out.
And I would sure love to see, even in my lifetime, someone
we'll see that white flower.
See that white flower. I think I feel like we're going to do that. That would be a really cool thing. I would love. Wouldn't it be so cool if Alzheimer's turned into polio? And what I mean by that is so many people died and were afflicted with polio back at the turn of the century, the other turn of the century. And, and now nobody has it. Like, when's the last time someone that's suffering from polio? It never happens.
Well, you get a shot.
Yeah,
and
vaccine and everything. I want Alzheimer's to be that. Yep. I want it to be like, remember all those people that are afflicted in the 2000s and 1900s? That's all gone now.
Wasn't that Roosevelt?
Yeah. Yeah, Roosevelt was with polio. Yeah, he was Franklin, FDR. Yeah, he was one of them.
Yeah.
But matter of fact, I know now we know, but there was many people that didn't even know our president was in a wheelchair. They really
didn't realize it. Yeah,
yeah,
and he really fought that.
Well, and pull back the curtain. They weren't on the media, and I mean, at the most you'd hear them on the radio. You didn't see him very often on film.
That's right.
On occasion, like D-Day. He was sitting behind a podium. Really,
That's
they kind of hit it well that he was. It wasn't public knowledge that he was in a wheelchair. They
were afraid that the public would lose
strength
confidence in him. Yeah,
but anyway, again, that's what we're hoping to make Alzheimer's. Is it's like polio, and you go, that's that thing that one guy had 100 years ago. That's what we want to turn it to.
It. Yeah, there you go.
So,
we'll get there.
Yep, alz.org. Go there and sign up teams. Learn more. If you need help, and if you want to be a caregiver or want to be involved in volunteering and help out, reach out as well. Always looking for more folks to be, maybe you're like Don and you've been through this before and you'd like to help others.
Yep.
Kind of deal with that.
We need people who have experienced it or are experiencing to come help us out.
Absolutely. Sometimes the best medicine is people that walk them shoes with you because sometimes they're the only people that can understand what you're going through, and sometimes. I get it. Like I've ever had a problem or get something they try to tell you. It's like, well, it's easy for you to say. You've never had to deal with that.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets like that. It's like, have you had your dad yell at you like this? It's like, yeah, I have actually. Or whoever that is.
Yeah.
So it does resonate.
Really Good deal. Really bad.
Is there anything we missed, Don, that we wanted to cover?
I think we're good. I would want to mention.
Yes, please do.
Dragonfly.
Yes.
The banners are up. I have one down at the fairgrounds.
Okay.
I have one out here in 2nd and Main, right in front of the subway.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one out in front of Walmart on Main.
Yes.
At Walmart.
And if you go to friendsofbitterlake.org, you can go and reserve your tickets for the wildlife show, the Dragonfly tour, the Early Bird Tour, and the Wildlife Tour.
There you go.
That was our show. It was like Dragon Show and Wild. No. Those tours. Now, be warned. The Early Bird Tour is one tour, and it's Saturday morning at 6 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning, and that's it.
That's it.
And there's a finite number, and that's the only one. Now, the Dragonfly and Wildlife Tours, they do multiple of those over Saturday and into the Sunday as well.
Yeah, if we get enough people signed up, we'll do a spillover into Sunday morning.
And but all the tours are free, doesn't cost anything, but you got to pre-register to get enough space and all.
The banners have a phone number.
Yes.
Look up that, drive by these places, you'll see the phone number on there. Give that number a call and say, I want to get on the tour.
There you go.
I want the wildlife tour. Is it open?
Yep.
It may already be filled.
Sure.
So.
And then if you do have a narrow window on the tours you want to get, that way you have a better selection.
That's right.
But don't forget that whole Saturday during the day, it's going to be an all day of full events out there and different activities. So you work around your tour times there, and then you go do some of the other activities that are going on, and then you can go get your tour.
We'll get some more of this on Thursday.
Yeah. We'll learn you on Thursday here when he's back. But again, go to friendsofbitterlake.org to learn more, to sign up for the tours.
There you go.
And then alz.org. Type in Roswell
for Alzheimer's.
For Alzheimer's Association.
Got a lot of things online.
There you go.
Go get them.
So let me get started on Legion or veteran stuff yet. So that's another conversation.
That'll be next week.
That'll be another day. Yeah. As always, Don, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
Go handle you. I know you got a few things to take care of after this. Go.
I do. It's going to be a busy week.
There you go.
My building is down. Now I got to clean it up.
That's right. Yeah, the building is down. If you haven't been on East 2nd, notice that the building across from the farmers there. That's the future home of the American Legion Post 61 home, but the building that was formerly there is now not there. So
it looks like a shambles right now. We'll get it cleaned up and get a new building up here soon.
But it'll be a nice community space there once all said and done.
That's the whole point. We'll do entertainments and things there.
Yeah, we're excited about it. So thank you, Don, as always. We'll see you next time here.
Thank you, Mike.
It is 8:53. Let's pause for news and a quick break before we get into news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
News, Thomason in Washington. Indiana is mourning the loss of 7 people, including a 4-year-old child, in historic flooding. It was triggered by days of torrential rain. After battering Hawaii, Hurricane Lala weakened to a tropical storm, leaving behind damaged infrastructure, homes and businesses, and hundreds of thousands of power outages. Middle East negotiator Jared Kushner has met with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu following his sit-down with the Hamas chief in Egypt. President Trump ordering a scaling back of the traditional joint U.S.-South Korean military exercises. Mr. Trump says he has a good relationship with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, adding the exercises send an inappropriate message to North Korea. The Dow is down 164 points, while the NASDAQ is trading 5 points in the red. More details at srnnews.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory.
What things would be different right now if Kamala had won? Lower your expectations for a second and use your imagination. Try to imagine President Kamala, kind of a freelance thinker with no active ingredients. She would have control of your wallet, your thermostat, your kids, and your menu. Kamala likes keeping fear alive and watching the denutification of America. If the lady in the pantsuit had won, you'd be speaking Iranian by now. Gone would be those funny speeches and press conferences that we get now about every 2 hours. Gone would be televised cabinet meetings and live shots from ringside on fight night. And naturally, there'd be no more cans of Mexicorn on the shelves or husband-pleasing beans either, you pig. So stop asking. As you sit there comfortably numb with your pronouns all pinned to your shirt, ask yourself, how much government fraud do you think we would have found out about by now if Kamala was in charge? Oh, the larceny. Drake's on me, said Kamala. She is still mad because Clarence Thomas won't date her. Then there's the big one, the open door down south. That lovely southern border would still be open. Why? Because Kamala knows she gets a mail-in ballot out of each new smiling face that hops the fence. Fooled again. Many people ask me, Uncle Otis, why do movies still say, warning, this may contain nudity? Have you been to the mall lately? That's the way we Otis. I'll see you at the Peace March.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure staying put over eastern New Mexico, and that'll keep things sunny for us today. We're headed for the upper 90s. Overnight looks clear. Upper 60s will stay at about the 100-degree mark on Tuesday. Not too windy, and we should get sunshine. No big changes for Wednesday and Thursday with high pressure staying put, sunshine, and highs about 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning, I'm John Terrett. Well, it was a tepid end to the day and the week on Friday, although actually last week was very volatile for stocks. At the end of the Friday session, the Dow was down on the day and down for the week. The NASDAQ was down on the day, but up for the week, and the S&P 500 was down for the day, but up for the third week in a row at 0.3% on Friday. And the star of the show was the Russell 2000, seldom mentioned by me. That's the small caps market. It was up by about 0.5% on Friday and more than 1% for the week. The Commerce Department on Friday saying retail sales dropped 0.6% in July. That's the first time in 9 months and the largest monthly pullback since May of 2025. And the University of Michigan said its sentiment survey fell for the first time in 3 months as people worry more about inflation. Company news, stock in the massive online notice board Reddit jumped up Friday afternoon. It's being included in the S&P 500, but it is down about 20% on the year so far. Applied Materials was down after strong earnings and a solid forecast. It just wasn't enough for the street, I'm afraid. It's as simple as that. Bob Iger, who used to head Disney, has now bought the LA Lakers. He's teaming up with a mate, paying $12.5 billion for the team. That's a dream come true if ever there was one. And now to this week, retail earnings coming in from Target and Walmart, the two big ones. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Loan for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Ernst Thomason. Indiana is mourning the loss of 7 people, including a 4-year-old child, in historic flooding as triggered by days of torrential rains. After pounding Hawaii, Hurricane Lala weakened to a tropical storm, leaving behind damaged infrastructure, shattered homes and businesses, and hundreds of thousands of power outages. When it comes to illegal immigration, what a difference a president makes.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt taking to her Truth Social page, alerting to the incredible numbers at our southern border with Mexico. She writes, daily apprehensions at the border are down 94% compared to former President Joe Biden's administration and are at the lowest level seen in 30 years.
Correspondent Laura Winters. Mideast negotiator Jared Kushner has met with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu following Kushner's sit-down with the Hamas chief in Egypt. President Trump ordering a scaling back of the traditional joint U.S.-South Korean military exercises now underway.
Seoul considers the joint exercise core to its alliance with the U.S. They have been held nearly every year since the Korean War. Mr. Trump broke from tradition when he suspended the drill after his first meeting with Kim Jong-un in 2018, and they didn't resume until 2022. North Korea has been refusing to speak to both Washington or Seoul since 2019. Seoul's new centrist government may find a silver lining, however. They have been flattering Mr. Trump as peacemaker in the hopes that he will divert his attention back from the Middle East and Ukraine.
The BBC's Jay Kwan in Seoul. The 60-day deadline for an agreement to end the Iran war and resolve the dispute over its nuclear program expires as of today. No agreement on ending the war, apparently nothing on the horizon. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down 220 points, while the NASDAQ is trading 20 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Full speed into summer, and if you're thinking about buying a home this year, here's what you need to do first. Get pre-qualified. Not once you found the house, now before you even start looking. Here's why. In this market, houses sell in days, sometimes hours. The buyers who win aren't the ones with the highest offer. They're the ones already approved, ready to move, with a lender who can actually close. If you're not pre-qualified, you're a week behind. Maybe that house is gone. Well, I want to tell you about Fellowship Home Loans. For over 20 years, my friends Mike and Brian, guys that I've worked with, they've built Fellowship around one thing, getting loans done for real families with unique situations. They use programs and options that typical lenders don't take the time to explore. Down payment solutions that fit the way people actually live. Everything's done in-house, one roof, one team, all with a servant-led mentality. Get pre-qualified today. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G or call 800-510-MIKE. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
Been a deadly stampede at a Hindu temple in India.
According to preliminary reports, an electric wire snapped outside the temple premises early in the morning, sparking panic as devotees rushed to escape what they feared was a risk of electrocution. A section of the barricades collapsed under the weight of the surging crowd, leading to a crush in which people fell over one another, according to Shailendra Kumar, a civil official. The incident occurred near Ashok Dham Temple in Lakhisarai district, as thousands of devotees gathered to offer prayers on the third Monday of Shravan, one of the holiest months in the Hindu calendar. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Thousands of Indonesians await aid after a powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake killed at least 55 people, injured more than 130, and damaged more than 1,300 homes. The disaster overshadowing today's 81st Independence Day celebrations. News and analysis, townhall.com. The White House is accusing some nations, and one in particular, of sending its exports through third countries in order to skirt American tariffs.
The report says China has responded to 2018 tariffs by sending goods to other countries for packaging and assembly. White House trade advisor Peter Navarro says China launders exports through more than 40 countries, causing tax revenue losses of $19 to $26 billion each year. China's leader, Xi Jinping, is scheduled to visit Washington in September. Bob Agnew reports.
Of the thousands of lawsuits that Meta faces over child safety on its platforms, none may be more consequential than one that goes to trial this week in California. States are seeking extensive financial damage that could theoretically total as much as $1.4 trillion. They're also looking for changes in how the company operates Facebook as well as Instagram. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday, everybody.
Welcome all.
Hope your day is going well.
Indubitably.
It is Monday.
I learned an interesting little factoid yesterday, but then I had it reconfirmed today because I had to confirm some of who communicated it. I'm going to ask you a trivia question.
Okay.
A Metallica trivia question.
Okay.
I figured this would be right in your wheelhouse.
Okay.
In the song, Master of Puppets, before Kirk Hammett kicks off his relatively long solo, James Hetfield screams something out. What does he say?
Let me think here.
Love the demo.
I'm trying to think.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
Put me on the spot.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's a lot of debate about whether he says. It sounds like he's saying "free state, go."
Yeah.
But
it's something for me or something.
But for about 30 years now,
Yeah.
it's been different during live performances of the concert
Yeah.
or of the song, and I'll tell you why, and then I'll tell you what he actually says.
Okay.
So, for a while, Metallica was touring with Anthrax.
Okay.
Members of Anthrax and members of Metallica.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
We're sitting there having breakfast. They were having, just a little chat. And they were, I can't remember who it was, asked James what asked, oh, gosh, and now the names are escaping my head.
Is it Scott Ian from Anthrax?
Yeah, but who's the guy who passed in Metallica?
Cliff Burton.
Cliff.
Yeah.
Ask Cliff, what's James actually saying before he kicks it to Kirk solo?
Yeah.
And he says, pancakes. So ever since that day, when Metallica performs Master of Puppets before Kirk's solo, James now says, pancakes, go! And that's been consistently for like 30 years, ever since Cliff said that to one of the members of Anthrax.
Very good.
And I thought that was pretty interesting. I was like, I wonder if Mike knows. Because before he was just saying, free to say something like that. And then Kirk kicks into his solo.
Yeah, and I think, I wish, and see, this is, the reason I was thinking, because it's the cassette.
Uh-huh.
Like, I remember looking at the cassette and seeing the lyrics, and I used to read them because I was a kid, and I'm trying to think what it says in there, and I don't remember. That's why I'm
going to tell you something though. That anxiety that you just felt, that's a microcosm of what trivia night feels like.
Yeah.
Like the whole time, I'm just like, oh God, what is it called?
Yeah.
And he says it, I'm like, oh, of course it's that. And that's like the whole night.
Well, and it's like you know stuff, and you think you know stuff, and then it's like, but you forget stuff, and then it's like,
you think you play good, and you hope you play good. And I think we played pretty good.
Like I could tell you all kinds of stuff.
That's the thing. I've been in radio for 20 years now.
Yeah.
I've accrued many useless trivia knowledge facts.
Well, and like for instance, in that little world there, if you mentioned Cliff Burton dying, and if for folks that don't know, they were on the Master Puppets tour in Europe when their bus had an accident,
right?
And that's when he died. Well, here's part of the lore of all of that is, so the bunk in which Cliff Burton was in the bus crash where he died, that they were asleep. So that before him and Kirk did they were competing for that spot in the bunk.
Really?
And they did high card.
Oh wow.
And Cliff pulled the ace of spades.
Oh wow.
And that's
crazy.
And that's how he got the bunk. And so
he pulled half a dead man hand. That's insane.
Well, and to pull back the curtain, if you know one of their other idols is Lemmy and Motorhead.
Right.
You know, that's kind of their idol, so to speak. And of course, if you know Lemmy and the Ace of Spades. Matter of fact, if you ever listened on the not their last album, but the Hardwired to Self-Destruct album, there's a song on there. Oh no, yeah, it's that one. There's a song in there called Murder One.
Okay.
And it's all about Lemmy and the Ace. If you ever watch the video, it's pretty cool. But but yeah, the whole Ace of Spades and Metallica is a whole thing, and that's because of Cliff Burton. So when you see Ace of Spades in there, that's usually an homage to Cliff Burton.
Right. So they were a big deal in the 90s if you were my age, because they're the guys that did the Triple H's entrance music.
Right.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. Yes, that was a big one in back in the day.
Yeah.
They would never dream of paying licensing rights for an artist to do a song like that today.
Well, like if I think we have a guest. I'm not sure what's going on there. I got
you really need to start.
I'm over 4 for 2 today.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure on that one. Well, I know I have someone coming at 10 to record, and I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Jocelyn will fill me in here in a minute.
We're going to find out at the break.
But
we're going to find out together, and that's really the important part.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you ever listen, there's the Garage Days Revisit, the Garage Day Inc. album. That's 2 discs. That's actually the first album is their original cover album that they did back in the 80s. Like if you can get this LP, the $6.99, Garage Days LP, and like half that first album on the first disc on that is most of those songs. The Last Caress, the Misfit songs, all those. They did covers of those in the 80s, and then. Or was the 90s, whenever Garage Inc. came out, the late 90s, early 2000s, whatever that was. The second disc was new reboots. The Sabracadabra, the It's Electric, Turn the Page, when that was a popular, when they did the Seeger song. That was the second disc. But yeah, they do covers. They have covers. They do.
They absolutely.
But their covers usually more obscure.
And I've brought it up before, but one of my favorite Metallica songs of all time is their cover of Tuesday's Gone.
Yeah.
With John Popper and a massive harmonica solo right in the middle of it. It's such a good listen. And it's like 10 minutes long.
Yeah. You want to know one that's really crazy. And again, this is a obscure one because you have to be a fan of Merciful Fate. But they do a 12-minute, the 3 or 4 song medley of Merciful Fate's songs. Curse of the Pharaoh. I can't remember all the songs, but there's like 4 of them they do in this 12-minute medley, and it's pretty intense. It just goes from it's like from one boom, boom, and they seamlessly transition from one song to the other. They kind of known for doing that. If you ever watch them live when they do medley things, they're very good at they'll homage a band and they'll literally do this 5-minute medley of their songs. They do that. Anyway.
Just the little snippet of just to put it in there to let them know that this was we do cover this, like Die My Darling, for example. Stuff like that. It always just pops up.
Diamond Head. Like if you ever the song Am I Evil? Have you ever heard them do that one? That's a cover. That's not their song.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a Diamond Head song. Am I Evil? And
I did not know that.
It's a cover.
See, now you're teaching me things.
Yeah, that's a cover. If you ever listen to Blitzkrieg, it was on their Kill 'Em All album as well. They pulled it, and that is also a cover.
Oh,
that's not theirs. Blitzkrieg is a cover song.
Oh, if I could just wrap all this up by saying, pancakes.
There you go. Ooh yeah.
Ooh.
I have a guest. I don't know what it is. We'll find out together. We're gonna take. We'll pause for weather, take a quick break, and then we'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure staying put over eastern New Mexico, and that'll keep things sunny for us today. We're headed for the upper 90s. Overnight looks clear. Upper 60s will stay at about the 100-degree mark on Tuesday. Not too windy, and we should get sunshine. No big changes for Wednesday and Thursday with high pressure staying put, sunshine, and highs about 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
This lot is stocked. The Summer is Stocked sales event is on now at Roswell Hyundai with great deals on an unbelievable selection of fresh new vehicles. Get 3.49% for up to 60 months and $1,000 in bonus cash on in-stock 26 Kona, 3.49% for 60 and $2,000 in bonus cash on in-stock 26 Elantra, and 0% for 60 and up to $3,000 in dealer choice bonus cash on 26 Tucson SE, plus 0 down and no payments for 90 days. The Summer is Stocked sales event on now at Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General Hospital.
Hello, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. Still searching for that perfect centerpiece for your living room like a sofa built to last for generations? Discover the enduring quality of American-made Mayo furniture. We showcase a stunning collection of Mayo sofas and love seats. Choose from a palette of premium top-grain leathers and rich classic hues, or select from hundreds of sumptuous durable fabrics. It's true custom comfort. Experience the Glenn's difference, where timeless craftsmanship meets personalized design. Come down and see us on Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on, with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries, now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning to talk First Tee and little golf and all that stuff with the folks from First Tee, we have Rebecca Porte. I always boss that.
Porty, I know. It looks like it should be fancy, but it's not. Just Porty.
And then Adrienne and Chase Fields as well this morning. Good morning, ladies. How's everybody doing?
Good morning. We're fantastic.
Good. Before we kind of get into everything, let's kind of explain First Tee, because this is a really cool program that is really designed to get youth interested in golf and present it in a way that, they teach the kids life lessons and kind of like life through golf. But it really is a platform to expose kids to a sport that they might not normally get a chance to play and be a part of. Is that kind of a good descriptor of First Tee a little bit?
Well, I would say we lead with leadership skills, the character skills, and golf is just inherently wonderful for teaching those because there's an integrity, responsibility. You're out there taking your own score,
controlling your emotions.
That's it.
Exactly.
So I think we lead with the leadership skills, and golf just flows perfectly into those lessons.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is new to students.
Yeah, and obviously because trying to get into golf on your own can be quite expensive to buy clubs and all that, and that's where First Tee comes in. It's like, no, we got. And the cool part is, they get kids that are, I'm just saying, as soon as they walk, they give them golf clubs. Is what I'm saying. And so
Chase is a perfect example of that.
And so,
yes.
And so, they help these young men and women with their first clubs, their first set, and it's kind of it's really introduces them to the sport and makes it in a way that's very affordable, very approachable, and like you said, at the same time, learn to become adults. At the same time, learn those skills.
And Mike, and you hit it just right. Mm-hmm. We do strive to bring golf to kids that normally would not have the opportunity to play that. Yeah. We do make it accessible to kids from all walks of life.
Absolutely.
And so that is one of the great things of this program, is teaching them those vital life skills through the game, but also providing them with the opportunity to do so.
Right. And to be honest, this is one of those things that people, especially probably non-golfers, don't realize is, yes, it's an individual sport, but very much a team sport at the same time.
Can be both, absolutely.
Yes, you're on the course and it's you and the ball and trying to make the play here. But really, there's the coaches, the team working with you. There's a lot of, and obviously depending on the type of golf, there's, you're working as a team. But it is really a thing that allows kids to individually excel, but also learn team building and learn some of the things that you don't think about sometimes through golf.
Yeah, and many kids can golf of different abilities, ages, backgrounds, and it's in that individuality helps in that. If they're not a ball sport kind of kid, if they're not a running kid, then this gives them an opening to do things.
Absolutely.
It's very inclusive.
Yes. Yeah. I have a niece. She doesn't live here. She lives in Albuquerque, and she's one of these folks that she's a young lady that is now she's like 12, 13. She's a teenager now, but she didn't start that way. And she's one that's kind of socially withdrawn a little bit. She's not kind of
totally.
But golf is her.
That's her thing.
Like her thing. Like she's really good at stats and numbers, and she's one of those people that loves like
lots of
baseball stats and things.
Yep.
But whatever it is about golf, she resonates with, and
I'm so glad she found it.
That's her, and so her and her dad and her grandfather. That's like their. I mean, she does play softball and stuff too, but golf's her thing.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's what she cares about. That's what she dreams about at night. You know what I mean? Like that's her passion.
And
that's
we love to hear that it's reached out to more girls.
Yeah.
We have a great girls golf program that just brings the game just to girls so they can have that environment.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference because it is a male.
Sure.
Male
and she's more socially coming out because of that. Like where she was less apt to talk to people.
Right. Yeah.
Now that she's got a little confidence, a little bit, she's now, don't get me wrong, if you keep the window of golf and things she's into, but she will, someone that normally wouldn't talk will now talk to you.
Yeah,
you
that's
know what
wonderful.
I mean? That's that in golf I attribute to a lot of, and I think that's what a lot of what you teach through First Tee.
It is.
We do. We've watched that happen with so many of our participants, and also we have a lot of teen mentors. And we've watched these kids come up through the program, then work for us, and they started very, very shy, and now they lead classes. It's really amazing the transformation that you see.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure it's night and day. Where it's like they come in kind of that wallflower, very
Totally. They come in as kids, and they leave as young adults, ready to conquer. We've got lots of kids who left us to go to college this fall, and it's sad to see them go, but it's so exciting because we know they're really prepared.
Well, at the end of the day, that's the goal.
That
right?
is the goal. Send them away.
We're giving them the tools to go
We do want them to go to college as much as we don't want them to go. We do.
Well, here's the thing: they got to come back and take care of us because we're going to be old and crotchety, and we need someone.
Exactly. Yeah.
You got to prepare the kids to take care of you later.
She's already doing that for me.
I can do this, Mom.
So, when did you start with First Tee? Did you start at a very young age, or?
As soon as my mom was working for the First Tee.
She was coming with me to work.
Yes. Good deal.
So she's been, she was crawling on the putting green quite literally.
So did you grow up playing golf? No. When did you get the golf bug?
So I came through the game of golf, or to the game of golf, through marriage.
Okay.
Way long time ago.
Gotcha. It's like I want to connect with my husband. I better learn to play golf.
I started at the First Tee just as a volunteer.
Okay, just helping.
As a volunteer back in 2005.
Okay.
So we've been around for 21 years.
So the rest
this is our
history.
21st year. And I started as a volunteer.
Nice.
And right around that time, she was born. And then they brought me on board in 2009.
Okay.
And so she's
like
been around.
She's been around. So where are you at now? Like what are you doing now, and what's your next?
I play golf for University of Texas in Permian Basin.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are you studying in school? Just curious.
Going into kind of bouncing between deciding majors, but going in between mathematics, kind of accounting, going down that route.
Makes sense. Again, golf, math, engineering.
Exactly.
There's a lot of
reoccurring theme
lot
here.
of similarities there in the work there.
But awesome. She started working for us well before she was actually able to get a learner's permit. And she worked for free, and then
that's called volunteering.
Well, I know how that works.
Yes. But you're right.
I get it. Like when I was a kid, my dad was a scoutmaster involved in Scouts, so by default I was involved in Scouts. But I love Scouts. I'm a big. But
yes.
I got in because Dad was involved, and I get it, Mom.
Absolutely.
You're coming.
That's how we continue that, because you probably learned a lot of things, watching your dad be instructed in those ways. So
absolutely,
it's a valuable tool.
I mean, at the beginning, you're kind of like, but now 20 years,
I know,
more than 20 years, but years later, I'm like, I am who I am today because of a lot of what that is. And
absolutely, that's how I feel.
Kids need to see it in action, and that's one of the benefits of our program.
Well, and golf. Really, it's all the emotions, the honesty part, because there's days that the ball ain't traveling the way you want it to, it ain't lying the way you want, the wind ain't working with you, and you want to, there's I can take a mulligan here, this, and no, you've got, this is the integrity side of it.
Well, and that's where, like, the life skills of the first tee really come in, is that those, habits have really translated to my everyday life. We learned our 9 core values. I even remember the song that went along with it.
Yeah.
And I really can see in all areas of my life how that has reflected.
And I'm going to take a guess, that like you'll be at school or doing something test or some kind of project or something that's challenging. Mm-hmm. And you're going to revert to some of these little sayings or little nuggets of wisdom.
Absolutely.
That kind of stuck in your head, and like, that's how I get through it.
Yeah, it helps you ground yourself, and as opposed to running to maybe an easier alternative route, grinding through it and really pushing through.
Yeah, it's
and I wouldn't know that without first tee,
really. And you don't realize it till hindsight, do you?
Absolutely.
You start, like, all the stuff your mom was telling you like 10 years ago, now starting to come to fruition a little bit.
It's like, oh, wow, okay, I actually get it now. She wasn't just totally
I hate to burst,
talking crazy.
I hate to burst your bubble. The older you get, the more and more that's going to happen.
Dang it.
You know what? Your mom's probably still doing it with her mom in some days. It's like, man, she told me that it never ends. It's just what your parents instill in you. It even when you think you're long out, it comes back to you.
Absolutely.
It does. And that's really what First Tee is about, is getting a foundation for these kids to pursue whatever they want to do and give them the tools to kind of help them get there. And
Amen. And the motivation to do good. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the actual want to.
Yeah.
And not to mention, you get to pick up golf and get fun and activity. And anytime you can get kids moving in this day and age that's not behind a screen of some way, shape, or form, that's a good thing. So,
and it's a sport that the parent can become involved in, too. Yeah. I'm not going to be out there playing flag football with my son.
Right.
But I can certainly go out and play golf with him. And so it's a lifelong sport.
You can be golf and not be the most athletic of people to be good at it.
I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. And one of the few things you don't have to be good at to have fun, there's a couple others we're not supposed to mention, but golf's one of them that you can be bad at and still have fun.
Golf's in the top 5.
Yes.
We do have classes coming up in September.
Excellent.
That are exciting.
So a good time to kind of start up to get your children involved.
Yes, it is. September. Flyers will go out to the schools coming up soon, but we start right after Labor Day, which is fast approaching.
Now, what's requirements? What's the bare minimum to get a child?
You have to be at least 5 years old. We used to have a preschool program. That was quite challenging. So we moved it up just a little bit, 5 years old.
Let them season another year or so.
Yes. And so they come once a week for 8 weeks.
Excellent.
So
and they go get on the links and learn the golf basics, and eventually...
And they get all parts of the weather. It'll start hot, and then by the end, we'll be in the dark.
You get the best of New Mexico has to offer.
Right in the fall, true.
You'll get like 1 week of nice weather, and then be hot or windy or cold or something.
Windy for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we also have a golf tournament coming up, which is really quick coming up, the 22nd, Saturday.
Yep.
And where's that happening?
It'll happen at Nimmy Golf Course. That's where our facility is.
All of your teachings and golfing is at the Nimmy course. There.
Yes, we do partner with Nancy Lopez Golf Course, but that's our home base is at Nimmy. We've been there for 21 years. But the tournament is this Saturday. We have sponsorships still available.
So if you'd like to sponsor,
and players, we have
a couple of
we
teams
have a couple of
left.
teams, but not many. But
nice.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yes.
We're looking for good weather.
Good
and
deal.
we also have a silent auction as well. So
and
if anyone out there wants to donate something to our auction,
we still got time to work it in there.
Yes,
you got
we would love
trip
some
or
items.
A services package of some kind, or a spa package, or a trip, or I don't know. People like coolers and stuff, you know.
Right? Yes, exactly.
All of the above. An inordinate amount of coolers are loved in that golfing community.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I imagine you can never go wrong with like golf tees, bags, balls. You know, stuff that's you just go through a lot of as a golfer. You know,
absolutely.
It's like
they love to eat. Yeah. We like to play golf.
Here is
wear
a
hats.
lawn and leaf trash size bag of golf tees for you.
Yes. We go through about 1,000 a semester.
That'll get you through a season right there.
Sounds like my dream.
Yeah.
Oh, their golf balls are probably the more coveted.
Yeah,
right?
I was going to say, give me a bin of Pro V1Xs.
Although,
and it may be a little
do
different.
people get particular about the ball?
Oh,
like that's like I know clubs and but like.
Tees are okay, though.
It's like, oh, that's a Titleist. I'm not touching it. I'm only a whatever guy or whatever it is.
I will only play with the Titleist Pro V1X.
Okay, see, there you go. Now, I got to ask. Like, is it, like, what's your reason? Like I want to, is it like a legit, like, well, the carbon fibers on it, or is it like, 'cause that's what Daddy used?
Right, or superstitious,
right?
I'm just
generally, it's a better golf ball.
Okay.
So one way you can test it, if you put your thumbnail into just like outside of the golf ball, you can see whether or not how soft it is or whatever. And you put your fingernail into a Pro V1X, and it's incomparable.
So let me ask this as a dummy.
Okay.
Is a softer ball better or worse in golf?
Depends on how much spin you're working with.
Okay, so it depends on the shot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you probably would want a softer golf ball in any case. But it's
so
just
say I'm on the tee and I'm just trying to whack the snot out of it to get it 300 yards down the field. What do I want, a harder ball or a soft ball?
I would probably say you want to go for your Pro V1 instead of a Pro V1X because it'll roll out more.
Now, let me ask this. You can't change out the ball in the hole, right? Like, you can't be like, now I'm putting, I'm going to ball. Or do you have to use the same ball?
Unless you actually lost the golf ball, no, you have to go to the next,
that's what I figured. I was like, you can't just be like, oh, this is my putting ball. This is my driving ball. Yeah, you can't.
Yes,
correct. One right
Chase
likes to use the ball from start to finish.
Right, that's where I was.
But me, I like 4 or 5 balls between as I lose them.
Well, I know that you lose them, but by rule, right, you're supposed to use the same ball.
You can change it on the tee. So if you're like in the middle of a hole, of course not. But if you go to the next hole,
right, but you can't be like, pick this up and like I'm in the rough, I'm going to go with my rough ball instead of my.
Yes, correct.
Makes sense.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Because I was thinking, well, maybe you can. I don't know, because no, it's play it where it lies, and if you're,
right.
I mean, we've seen enough golf on TV. There's a guy standing on a stick on top of the thing trying to.
In some weird predicament.
I gotta ask this because I just watched it on Netflix, and I know you're golfers, and so I didn't know. Like, have you watched the Hawk? Have you ever seen it? Like, if you have Netflix?
No, we do need to watch that.
So Will Ferrell basically put out his own little golf series called The Hawk.
Yes. Did he really?
And it's kind of funny. I watched it.
Is it? I didn't know it was Will Ferrell.
Yeah, it's Will Ferrell.
To be
funny. Yeah, Will Ferrell is
so good. Today we're watching it.
It is. I mean, it's a little Happy Gilmore life, but it's more Will Ferrell-y, and where he's like a retired golf guy. That like was like kind of a superstar, but kind of a loose cannon, and now his kid is a golfer, and he's trying to get back in. And then Molly Shannon is his ex-wife, if you remember her from Saturday Night Live. Yeah, there's some famous and
that's 2 big names right there.
Well, his son is I can't remember his. I've seen him in stuff. I just can't remember his name. But he's been in a bunch of stuff too. The son.
Yeah, cool.
He was on.
The Hawk. I would not have expected that.
It's Will Ferrell. It's pretty funny.
Golf.
Kinda.
Yes.
Now, granted, it's mature audiences like 17. You know, it's not for your 6-year-olds.
No, we're good.
So the 3 of us are out.
Exactly. You're too young. But like, it's a Will Ferrell comedy, so Anchorman humor applies.
Yes,
so
good.
If that's too crude,
Anchorman level humor.
If it's
sign
crude,
us up.
Yeah, if that's too crude for you, maybe not your cup of tea. But it's Will Ferrell. So, but it is pretty funny.
I'm gonna have to cover my mom's ears.
Yes.
But it's kind of. Oh, and also in it is a New Mexico alum, Luke Wilson.
Oh, yeah. That's from Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, the other brother.
Owen.
Luke,
I was
not Owen.
okay,
Not the blonde, the other one, Luke.
He went to Navy.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the one. Yeah, he's in it
Fun.
too. Yeah.
You've
He's
hyped me up for this.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
we're
pretty good.
in. Nice.
I'm surprised that golfers haven't heard this one. It's the Hawk.
Yeah. We've been busy.
And it's even got the cheesy, 80s, call in the Hawk, music intro and all that. It's kind of a whole...
Maybe even have some I'm All Right
in
there.
It's got, he's the greatest golfer in the world. It's just enough cheese. You'll like it.
Yes, we'll love it.
But at the end, you're kind of rooting for everybody because he's,
Definitely. Cool, fun.
He's an egomaniac jerk, that kind of, learns.
He learns his lesson very late. Well,
yes, exactly.
He does play that part well.
Right.
Speaking of which, and the other Wilson, Owen Wilson, if you have Apple Plus, there was a show called Stick.
Exactly. I watched that.
It's very good. It's like a more comedic version of Stick a little bit. It's
perfect.
Kind of in the same vein, but more slapsticky.
Yep.
If that, but it still has a little heart.
And Owen graduated from the Institute.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
He's an Institute guy. But
he really the blonde
speaking of
brother?
Wilson's the other one
I
here.
didn't know that.
Isn't that
Wow.
crazy?
He was friends with Scotty's.
Yeah.
No kidding.
So after first tee, come watch some movies. We got TV programming for you here.
Exactly.
I'll bring
After all the tournaments are done.
But you still have time to sign up for this weekend's tournament.
We do.
Yes.
As a sponsor, as a golfer too.
As a golfer as well. We have a couple of teams left.
Is it 3-person?
Four-person scramble.
Team scrambles, very good.
Yes.
Shotgun starts and all that kind of stuff. And probably have hole-in-one prizes and all the things.
We've got all the goodies.
All the stuff that's atypical golf tournament. Are some of the kids going to get to play too, or is this mostly adults?
We do have some kids playing.
Okay.
In fact, this year we've got a couple of kids who are playing with their parents.
Oh, good.
And so that's always fun. They have a great time. If you're golfing with kids, you're going to have a better time.
Yeah, this is a fun golf tournament. I mean, if you want to treat it competitive, but we're here to raise money and show the kids your sportsman side of things.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Good
remember,
example, not a terrible
Don't get
warning.
mad.
remember, don't do all the Happy Gilmore moves.
At least
Unless it's a
once a
happy
week.
dance.
Start yelling at your ball to get in his home and do all that. Maybe do all that.
I've definitely pulled that move a couple of times.
Just get in your home.
She has. Just go home.
And I think at least once a week, some kid says, "Can I Happy Gilmore it off the driving range?"
Oh, yes.
You may
right.
not.
Oh, come on.
True.
Every kid wants to do that. I want to do
You
that.
gotta let him. I'll buy
Who wants to just do that?
Yeah.
Especially if you do it right. And you hit it, you're like,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, come on. Every kid's got to try at least once.
Yeah.
They do.
Now, are you starting to putt with a hockey stick?
Close.
Now, if you're putting with a hockey stick, that might be a bridge too
It's
far.
a tennis racket, so I'm about to make the transition.
A lacrosse stick.
Yeah.
Speaking of golf movies, Tin Cup, another good one.
That's a good
Well,
one.
just remind me because
thinking of Tin
you remember the
Cup
round where
yeah.
he uses his golf club or uses
They
his
have a
tennis
lot of
racket?
great golf movies.
Yeah.
You know,
They
Tin Cup's a
do.
good
The
one.
ending of
And
that
that new
movie
one.
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of
No.
my own game.
Does it?
Yes.
You're a Tin Cup type?
I've grown a little bit.
Nice.
Maybe in my earlier days.
So you're a little bit Don Johnson, a little bit.
Absolutely. I've evolved.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she's Don Johnson.
No.
That,
Well, he always played it safe. Don Johnson always played it safe.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
Tin Cup was like, so you got the rural guy's probably in between Tin Cup
mix.
and Don Johnson, whatever his character was named.
Yes, exactly.
We'll just
Kevin
say that my
Costner,
course
yes.
management has
That should be on
gotten
a
lot
T-shirt
better.
somewhere. Live life between Don Johnson and Tin Cup.
Yeah, I think it's a great point of reference. It's fabulous.
It is.
But I better reel it in just to get it. Please come out, learn more about First Tee. Come see. Please, like you said, now's a good time to get your youth signed up. As long as they're at least 5 years of age, that's really the only requirement here.
We provide all the equipment, so they do not need to go out and buy a lot of equipment.
Not yet, anyway, till they get the bug,
until
and then
they
they're going to
really get interested. No special shoes, no uniforms required.
Don't need special cleats or whatever.
No, just your regular athletic shoe, something covers your toenails.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes, no open toe. This is not. This ain't the peach. Wear closed-toed shoes.
We keep it very easy, so lots of kids can participate. We have a lot of scholarship opportunities because we have such great sport in the community.
That's awesome.
So it is.
Yeah, it's a great program. Come learn about it. Like I said, come out to the tournament even if you don't necessarily golf or anything, just come out and watch and learn and ask.
Look at our silent auction items.
Yeah, bid on the auction items. But if you still got time to golf or want to donate a silent auction item, still got time. Best way to get a hold of you guys through Facebook maybe, or
on our phone. Give me a holler. It's 623-4444.
Very good. Okay.
Pretty easy.
So just a lot of fours.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
fours. Four.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And I do. We got lucky. We
Smart.
really did. Yes. I do want to give a special shout out to Roswell Toyota and Kremlin.
The Kremlin Auto Group's always a big supporter.
They are amazing. They have been supporters of the First Tee for as long as I've been around. And so thank you guys for everything that you do for First Tee. And Pioneer Bank has been a great supporter.
Again, another organization or business that's always involved in the community and stuff.
Cattle Baron, Doug, thank you, Doug. You're always amazing.
He feeds all our golfers.
Yes, exactly.
I just had some Pasta Cafe over the weekend there.
Oh, very nice.
We always like to hear that.
Yeah,
awesome.
And I remember to use my rewards. See, that's my problem, is I keep forgetting that you have a reward.
Darn it.
Like, if you didn't know, if you eat at Cattle Baron or Farley's or Pasta Cafe, they have like a rewards program. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you give them their number and you sign up, but I forget half the time, so I've only got like $8 on there. But I remembered yesterday. I was like, oh yeah, I got rewards in them.
Somebody put out a 50s plus discount list, and I was perusing it very closely because I'm almost 50, and I thought,
I didn't know about this
list. Call in some numbers. I'll show it.
I want it.
So you must be getting the old AARP. I've been getting those. I'm over 50 now, but I've been getting those for about 5 years.
They start
it's very exciting.
Early, I think, in the mail.
I get mad when I see them. Like, screw you. I don't need no AARP.
Right? Brendan Fraser was on the cover of the magazine. I was like, why is this young man on this?
I know.
I know. Yeah, right? You're like,
young.
Pauly Shore? What's going on?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, pretty much. But, and of course, I know you can always, there's First Tee of Southeast New Mexico on Facebook. That's the Facebook page.
And our website.
And I highly recommend you like and follow that way. That way, and that's a good way if you have a question or need anything, you can shoot a message and someone will respond to you pretty quick too. And, and like if you have a question about this weekend or if you know, hey, do you need any of this for the silent auction? They'd be like, yes, bring that down.
And I should also add, we are going to be helping a bit with the Nancy Lopez.
Yes, tomorrow we're going to have Diane on.
Diane will be, but people can contact us if they have questions about that weekend as well.
Diane Taylor, I think she'll be on tomorrow with me. But yes, in case you haven't heard, the new Nancy Lopez school that students are just now going into. They're kind of having the dedication ceremony coming up here in September. The Nancy Lopez and others will be coming to town for the dedication.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's and I don't care who you are. If you're a golfer in Southeast New Mexico, you owe what you do, your heritage, to Nancy Lopez and what she does. What she has done for golf, for women in golf, but for golf in general. I mean, let alone women, just golf in general.
Yes, 100%.
She has done so much to bring the sport of golf to New Mexico, to bring kind of like First Tee.
Yes.
You know, she's a girl that grew up in Roswell, New Mexico, not exactly the country club lifestyle that most golfers come from and things like that. And she paved the way for a lot of people.
She's a pioneer.
Yeah. And so I hope a lot of you do get to participate when she comes to town.
We've had a great reception when we visit with people about the upcoming celebration and the golf tournament dinner. So lots of good positive things.
And I think she still has family in town that she gets to visit from time to time. I know she. I think she calls Florida home most of the time now. But but I think she's still got some family in the area that she probably sneaks into town.
She's bringing some family in, so it'll be exciting for them to see her.
But we are looking forward to that. But we'll talk more about that. But yes,
good. But if they have questions, they can ask us about that as well.
I hope she gets to sneak over to you guys on some point and maybe not come in and visit the kids
we have some plans.
Good.
Yes, we do have some plans.
I don't want to spill beans or nothing, but sure be a good idea.
We're on the same
thinking, Mike.
Yeah, but she is a real gem of Roswell, and we're so blessed to have her come back and at minimum to honor her with the school and upgrading, giving, obviously making the school worthy of her name now.
Absolutely.
The old Nancy Lopez school with a little worse for wear, but
it has seen so many
this
young
one
people.
This one's a long time coming, and so we're excited. I know it was years and years of blood, sweat, and tears by a lot of people to get that school put together, and so it's come to fruition, and now we get to celebrate that.
We do have some beautiful elementary schools.
Oh, absolutely.
And middle schools too. High schools, we're still working.
I'm telling you, my wife, who's this is her 29th year teaching in the RISD. She's taught all at Brendo Elementary, mostly second except for 1 year. But I'm telling you right now, every single school in the district is night and day different compared to when she started 29 years ago.
Just the air conditioning
the schools,
like
Brendo Elementary was a dump back then. The swamp coolers, it was just a hot mess. And now it's a beautiful school that has great amenities, great facilities, and every other school in the district's the same way now. It's just,
as a plug to your wife, because we have a great in-school program that brings the science of golf to the schools, and that's a perfect age. We have some really cool hands-on, so mention it to her.
I will do that.
Bring it in free.
Absolutely.
They can come to the golf course for a free field trip. And,
with STEM,
really
so
cool.
we incorporate STEM.
And I'll tell my
golf.
wife, hey, this might get them to behave better because they'll get more, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they love to come to
you know
the
what I'm
golf
saying?
course. They rarely have any problems with
exactly.
behavior.
Just
They
saying, you
love
get a wild bunch,
True.
bring them through, that might,
it does.
focus and channel that energy.
Chill out, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
It works though.
Yeah.
It does.
You're not lying. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes.
I wish we had that energy they had. Like if I had the energy of a second grader with my brain now, how amazing could I be?
Oh my goodness! Right?
It's a fine line between dangerous and amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I can destroy the world or save it. I'm not sure which, but I can do something. Absolutely. But yes, please invest in your kids. Come learn about the First Tee program. Come, especially if you're a golfer. This is a great way to introduce your kids into golf. But maybe you're not so much a golfer, and maybe this is a way to get you into golf through your kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe you can go out there and your kid learns something, and let them teach you a thing or two on the golf course. The next thing, if it's an activity you can do, whereas maybe the instead of the father or the mother doing the teaching, it's the daughter or the son doing it.
Absolutely. They love that. They love to give adults instructions.
Absolutely.
Golf is for all ages too.
Absolutely.
That's the fabulous part.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and it's using the skills that you have in golf translate to life. That's just, the problem solving, the overcoming adversity, just navigating, celebrating the successes, how to deal with that correctly, all of the above.
Resilience.
Yeah. I mean, we always try to teach people for failure, but it also teaches people for success too. We always forget, we always set people up to learn from failure, which is important. You want to do that, but what happens when you do succeed? Act like you've been there before. Let's show you how to do that too.
That's right. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
That's part of the game.
Yeah.
Good deal. Is there anything we missed, ladies? Anything we wanted to cover that
I think we covered
started talking about Happy Gilmore or something? Got sidetracked on?
I think we got it
enough
all.
food talk. Do we have many food like that?
I think we should talk more about Tin Cup.
There you go. That's a great movie. It's been a minute since I've seen it, and you know what? One of my top 5 Cheech Marin favorite movies too. Is Cheech Marin.
No, great.
I mean, I do love the old Cheech and Chong movies, but he kind of seasoned himself a little better.
He rose above a little.
Yeah, by the time Tin Cup came out. So.
And Caddyshack, of course, which I don't know if you've ever seen that.
You bought it for
you
me.
did.
The
I
original
bought
Caddyshack?
it for her. Yes,
Or the second one?
original.
Or the second
the original.
Yeah, the original one's better, but there's a second one too with Bill Murray that's pretty
Yes.
fun. Or no, is Bill Murray in the original one?
He's the
Dan
original.
Aykroyd's in the second one. Like Bill Murray's is the guy going after the gopher in the first one.
Yes,
I think it's
correct.
Dan Aykroyd in the second one.
Oh, I think you're right.
I think it is.
Right.
I think it's Dan Aykroyd in the
hasn't done
second
anything.
one.
I
in a long
think the
time.
second one does
Yeah.
not do the first
Yeah.
one justice, Mike.
Well,
I'm going to have to disagree with you if you think that.
I'm a fan. I mean, Chevy Chase is hit or miss with me, but I do like anything, but I like a lot of his stuff, but Chevy's kind of, but
Yes.
but no, that's
Fletch,
a classic
come
movie.
on.
Yeah, Fletch is a great movie.
Yeah.
I love Vacation. I love
Yes.
Fletch. I love another obscure one of his is Animal Farm. Do you remember that one?
Yes,
Where
I
he
do
goes off,
remember
he's a
that.
writer and he goes off to be the country.
I do remember that.
And there's a line from that movie where they ask how to get directions, and the guy's like, "Well, you want to go up here and take a left where the barn used to be," and he's like, "How the hell does he know where the barn used to be?" But there was, and then the other line from that movie is where they go to eat lamb fries for the first time, and he breaks the record for eating 25 or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, the secrets are cut him real low, and he finds out what they are. And he's like, oh, and he spits it out, and he scratches off the record and puts 27 back up. It's a classic movie.
Absolutely.
But anyway,
Yes.
First Tee of Southeast New Mexico.
Yes.
Please come out, go online, go to Facebook. What's the website again for the? Is it First Tee?
First Tee Southeastern New Mexico.
Very good.
All spelled out.
And if you don't
.org.
remember that, just Google First Tee Roswell,
Right.
First Tee
That's
Southeast
it.
New Mexico.
That'll get you there.
First thing that pops up. And then, again, there's still time for the golf tournament this weekend. If you want to sign up, if you want to sponsor, if you want to donate, please, all the above, reach out.
And all the money raised stays in the Chaps County programming.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah. And what's the phone number again? I know it's all the fours.
623-4444.
Yep. So 623-575 for the New Mexico.
Correct.
623 and a bunch of fours. And then you'll get through there.
Then you're there.
There it is. Perfect.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you
we'll
so much.
See you guys next time. And,
All right.
And anytime, like, even if I know we get a little down, if there's some of the kids that actually want to come in and talk a little bit.
Oh, they sure would.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
But even maybe a few of our wee lasses and
little
lasses.
ones. I'm sure Miss Bella.
Yeah, my daughter would love to.
You're too seasoned. Yeah, you need a young one.
You're old now.
Yeah, you're all seasoned. You're all like adult-like. You need we want more kid
My
like
daughter's
you.
my daughter's 7 and she golfs with us, and so
She would be
love
great.
it
That'd be
so
fun.
much.
Yeah, I'd
Yes.
love to hear. They're all smarter than us. They just don't really, or they have less filter. And that's
Less
a good
filter
thing.
is
like
truly-
we get adults
Yes.
and we start trying to be nice and stuff. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying sometimes kids are just bluntly honest, and you
They
need to
are.
hear that sometimes.
They really are.
They're objective.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't understand that. Oh, I'm hurting your feelings. You just asked me to
It
talk.
is.
Yeah.
I'm just calling shots over here.
You asked me to tell the truth.
Yeah. So, but thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next time.
Yes,
next time.
thank you.
And stay cool, because it's a whole lot of
Hot.
hot the next
I
week.
know.
here,
Yes.
so. I wish we had
Thanks,
better
Mike.
weather for you, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
As long as it's not raining, we're
Well,
good.
that's the crazy thing about golf. You pretty much have to kick them off the course for the weather.
You do.
Yeah,
You do. Lightning has to be striking right there.
They're literally out there with full hats and metal sticks just running around out there, and people tell them. So, somebody you need to go. Thank you, guys. I did it. Time's time. We gotta go. We'll see y'all.
Thank you.
All right, it is 9:53. Let's pause for a quick break of news before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump has ordered the Pentagon to scale back annual joint military exercises with South Korea. He explained the decision by saying that South Korea had declined to help with the denuclearization of Iran, and he cited his good relationship with North Korea's dictator. The president said in a social media post on Sunday the exercises are costly and, in his words, send a signal that is totally inappropriate and hostile toward North Korea, which he said has been unthreatening and respectful during his time in the White House. Hurricane Lala has weakened to a tropical storm after raking Hawaii without making landfall over the weekend. Authorities say it has damaged bridges and swept about 100 homes off their foundations on the Big Island. Rainfall approached 3 feet in some places on Sunday, turning rivers into raging torrents and threatening mudslides as well. This is SRN.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You know what's fascinating is the Democrats, elected Democrats, they just refuse to condemn Hassan Piker, who's out on the campaign trail. I mean, if you have a heart, a soul, a conscience, you find people that talk about the street should run red with the blood of capitalists and landlords and, America deserved 9/11. I mean, defending Luigione, we have a cut of that. If you cared about Medicare fraud, you'd kill Rick Scott. Laments that Trump is still alive. Blames Jewish groups for getting him banned from the UK. How is it you can campaign with this guy as a Democrat, and Democrats don't care?
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
In a recent industry survey, our friends Pure Talk, my cell phone provider, a veteran-owned company, was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every single category: coverage, support, value, and data. Now, you deserve 5-star wireless service. And now Pure Talk, they have an invitation for you. Remember, they use the same cell tower, same 5G network as the big carriers. And right now, for a limited time, for $15 a month, every one of their plans you get for 3 months for $15, including their top shelf unlimited data plans, $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract to sign, cancel anytime, no risk at all to you. Same service, same cell tower, same 5G network, and the average family saves over $1,000 a year. Make the switch. It's simple. It's fast. It's easy. You dial pound 250. You say the keyword save now, pound 250, keyword save now from our friends at Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure staying put over eastern New Mexico, and that'll keep things sunny for us today. We're headed for the upper 90s. Overnight looks clear. Upper 60s will stay at about the 100-degree mark on Tuesday. Not too windy, and we should get sunshine. No big changes for Wednesday and Thursday with high pressure staying put, sunshine, and highs about 100. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. The financial markets are looking forward to this week's earnings reports from some major retailers. Walmart and Target post second quarter results, with Target surging under its new CEO. Of the thousands of lawsuits Meta faces over child safety on its platforms, none may be more consequential than one that goes to trial this week in California. States are seeking extensive financial damages that could, in theory, total as much as $1.4 trillion. They also seek changes in how the company operates Facebook as well as Instagram. A Maryland court has struck down the state's digital advertising tax. The court says it violates the federal Internet Tax Freedom Act and is unconstitutional as well. The decision orders the state to repay digital ad tax money collected from companies like Apple and Google. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive